everyone, and welcome to Valtorn. We are on episode 15, which is wild. That means we only have like 5 more left. Sad.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, right? I mean, we made it to New York.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. But before we get into all of the goodness, we do have some things to share with you all. Of course, we want to first and foremost thank our sponsor today, Roll20. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's episode. If you are curious about how we do our dice rolling, our character sheets, anything of that sort, you can check those out at Roll20. You can also do card games. You can make custom sheets. There's lots of great ways to basically play virtually with your friends. At least if you don't have any friends that are nearby, sometimes it's nice to just play virtually. And of course, we have some merch. Check it out. designedbyhumans.com/shop/roll for it. You can get all the swag and represent Roll for it at the same time. Yeah, buddy. I'm feeling like we need music though, right? Yeah, we need some music. Get some little piano bar stuff going. Yeah, all right. And last but not least, we got a special announcement. Maybe I need a drum roll or something for this one. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong drum.
I mean, you ended it. That's fine. It worked.
There we go. This is it. There we go. We've got a new show. A Fablecraft adventure is going to begin Tuesday, June 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific right here on twitch.tv/roll4it. We hope that you'll be able to tune in if you can. We are fortunate enough to have Fablecraft sponsoring this show. So thank you, Fablecraft, for helping us pay for our lovely cast. And as you can see those lovely faces over there, we've got Bentham Plays, Draconics. I'm going to be GMing you. We've got Werewolf Feels and Play Katie Play joining us, and it is going to be quite an adventure in the Mythos. Not only do we have these beautiful imagery and graphics from this game, but we also are going to have a custom game. So they do have some pre-mades that are available, but I worked with Claire, one of the writers, to write a new campaign, and we're very excited for you all to experience it. And it is something that maybe Claire and I have been talking about providing to other people so that they can run the campaign themselves as well. But this will be called Vecna's Awakening, and their Kickstarter has 1 more week. They've already hit so much.
I think it's there like 150K.
What was that?
Or something
yeah, they're at like
150K,
150K, which is...
Yeah, they're at like 15 times their target.
Ooh. It is crazy. But you know what that means? There's extra stretch goals. There's other things that they have available. It allows developers to be able to create more content, have more graphics and images for you. You'll get to experience it as well. It's quite different. We are going to make sure that we describe stuff, especially for our MP3 folks. But they have basically all of the stuff created for you. So you can do maps in the game. You can have art that you're showing for things. They even have animated art for certain stuff. So it is very, very cool. We're excited. You can like drag and drop people into scenes really easily. And I just love it. It's beautiful. And I'm excited for you all to join us on this adventure. And of course, beyond that, today we want to thank our supporter, Finley Shards. Thank you, Finley Shards, for supporting us. We really appreciate it. And give some real love in chat for Finley. If you'd like to become a supporter like Finley and support an episode, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And that not only gives you access to becoming, a supporter of an episode, but you also get access to a private GM'd game. Kai's been GMing some great campaigns or games that are affecting the world that we're in. And of course, there's all kinds of other goodies available over on our Patreon for all the levels of tiers. So whatever the amount that you can support us in, that's super duper helpful. We also have our character sheets over there if you want to check those out. Our character backgrounds if you want to look at those. Although Mentala's is all fake. You got trolled if you read that. Maybe we need an updated version of Mentala's background. But we also have coming soon some new GM goodies, as well as guest character sheets and Chuck's letter to Geo, which will be really cool. Beyond Patreon, you can support us on Twitch by subscribing to Twitch, and you get access to our videos in advance, as well as some of our emotes. And you can use your Amazon Prime. So if you are an Amazon Prime user and you haven't subbed to a stream with your Amazon Prime sub, you could give it to us instead of it just going to Jeff Bezos. And then you can also head on over. You can also head on over to our YouTube and become a YouTube member, and that gets you access to some of those emotes. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to our Discord, which we always enjoy chatting with you guys. And whenever you ask us questions, we try to answer in a timely manner. And of course, there's lots of non-monetary ways to support us. We know that not everyone has, extra cash flow, but there's lots of free ways to support us, like watching us live here on Twitch, making clips. Oh my gosh, you guys have been so good about the clips. Thank you so much. We love it. We need to do like some crazy montages whenever I have a moment, or if anyone else wants to. You also can watch over on YouTube, subscribe, comment over there, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We have some posts going up right now already. We're gonna have our announcement that's gonna go out. That's it. Now I can hand it over to Kai, because you don't want to hear me talk anymore.
We would love to listen to you go on. In fact, people are going to be watching you GM and ramble just as much as I do. It's for Fablecraft, so that's going to be awesome.
Well, hopefully I just set the scene and then the cast does the rambling for me.
We're actually going to be doing pure silence. It's just going to be Maggie's talking the entire time.
That would be fun. I would love to do a campaign where it's all in sign language, actually. Because
that would be
like a purely visual TTRPG show.
Yeah, the podcast for that would be riveting.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Inspirals. I think that's how you pronounce it. A friend of mine made that. And it's all about learning and using sign language in TTRPGs.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I love. Yeah. I actually had side story tangent, but I had a moment when I went to visit Bentham and E a long while ago on a train where there was a deaf family who was. The conductor was trying to talk to them but didn't really understand, or the person who's taking the tickets. Yeah. And then I helped them because I could, I knew sign language and I could help them out, which was really cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like in the D&D movie, Justice Smith actually incorporated sign language into the somatic forms of when he was casting spells.
I love that, yeah.
And I love the idea of taking that and as a players, if you're a caster, having to sign or learning the sign language, and that's your character learning the process.
On Roll For It, I played a character who couldn't speak in our Alien campaign, and she was using sign language, but I found other ways to describe how she was doing things and stuff like that with having a character who couldn't talk, which was really crazy because chaos was ensuing, and then I'm just she can't hear anything and she can't talk, so she's just trying to explain stuff to the people around her.
I love the uses of actual language.
Yeah.
I'm a dumb American who struggles at learning languages, so I know English somewhat.
I barely know that. You don't listen to me talk enough. I barely know English.
Yeah.
But there's this one game that I heard of where somebody only spoke Spanish, somebody was bilingual, and then the DM only spoke English. So they made Elven in their game Spanish, so that the person could speak Spanish. So in the reason of the lore of the game, there was a translator for everything, and so they could feel included in the group, and it was just so lovely. Okay, the camera comes in over New York City, the rustle and bustle, the car horns go blaring as we get to the Central Park. As we go over the big tent of the circus that has made its way to town, we go over the lake. We pass right by the Natural History Museum and up to the Ritz-Carlton, the hotel that you have decided to stay at. As the sun peaks over the horizon, we go up the fire escape, up 5, 6, 7 floors as we get to the little dangling feet of Mentala, sitting on the edge of the railing, looking out over the city, watching the sun and the swirling energy of this city pass by, almost breathing in rhythmic form as the paths create and destroy themselves and recreate in different ways. Guys, we have Chuck just stirring, waking up. We have Mentala out contemplating the previous events that have happened since the train. We have Kyoko stirring with this uneasiness. Nazuka just enjoying a good night's sleep without being interrupted.
Kyoko will stir, I guess, like you said. She goes and kind of like looks to see what's causing her to wonder.
As you are curious about these feelings, you go to the window, and outside you see Mentala just somberly observing the city.
Kyoko will, if the window allows for it, she'll kind of like push it up with her nose and paw and kind of move out.
So you go out onto the adjacent fire escape right over. There's still that gap between you two, but there's definitely space for you guys to be.
And I think because I can see him, can I do my telepathic speaking situation? Kyoko will just say, having trouble sleeping?
Oh, hey. That's alright. I got enough.
Something on your mind?
A lot of things.
Anything you want to talk about?
I guess I didn't expect things to work out the way they did back in Chicago with the tree and I thought I was, supposed to be finding a place I was meant to belong, and thought the tree would, I don't know, tell me something. I mean, it did. It showed me new things, but it didn't show me what I thought it would.
What'd you think it would show you?
I don't know, I guess I was waiting to see what.
Well, sometimes things don't happen how we expect them to happen.
I thought I would feel safe in there. And I didn't. I was scared the whole time. I kind of wanted to leave before we even got in. Before we even got there, I was worried that I would break some rule or anger something or someone.
Seems like maybe you were wanting something else. Maybe it was... Sometimes when we want something, really badly, we get almost so anxious about it that we don't take action, that we don't live in the moment.
In the end, I did take action. When we were leaving, I had to choose between the forest and the city, and I chose the city.
Why do you think you have to choose between the two?
I didn't want to, but the Dryad decided I had to.
Who's the dryad to decide what you get to do with your life, where you put your efforts?
It's one of the closest things that I have to a connection to the Fae, and it decided that it was going to destroy the city unless we tried to stop it, so we tried to stop it.
Ah, I see. Well, the dryad isn't all that the Fae have to offer. There's so much more. I wouldn't judge things off of one encounter.
I suppose it's just all I have to go of so far.
Think about all the awful things that have happened in the city. Would you blame each individual or the whole city itself for one person's actions?
I guess not.
It'd be about this time that Chuck Inuzuka, if you would be paying attention, the rooms are not super large. So with an open window and Mentala talking at a casual level, you would be overhearing at least their part of this conversation. If either of you would like to jump in.
I don't think Azuka would join in. Waking up enough to hear that they're, notice that they're overhearing, I think they'll, as quietly as they can, leave the room and kind of just sit outside of it. Because this, at the very least to him, it feels like very much a personal thing. And at least at the moment, they don't feel like they have anything of value to add that Kyoko hasn't already mentioned or spoken about. So kind of given privacy, but also fully aware that they haven't quite gotten the trust back to go off on their own. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of just stationed outside
you do notice down the way there's like a ice machine and a vending machine section that you can go and just kind of be in a place instead of just sitting in a hallway.
Yeah.
Cool. Chuck, how's that hangover feeling?
Muted.
I don't know. I rolled my fortitude save. Do I have a hangover?
With the 22, you have that kind of like muggy feeling after a night of drinking, but you don't have any pain, no hangover, no nausea.
Cool. So he's just tired.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine. He obviously doesn't want to go out there for various obvious reasons. I mean, he had to take time for himself anyway, and he figures that's what Min wants. So he's just not going to go out there. And he's probably just laying in bed like, I don't want to open my eyes. It's too early, but also it's not.
Totally fair.
Mental, as he's kicking his legs, says, I guess I just thought that once I finally found some part of the Fae, I'd feel... it'd feel right. Like I'm meant to be there. And then he kind of looks down at the city. He's like, but, this feels right.
Well, maybe you found where you belong. Or maybe there's just another place that you haven't seen before yet.
Yeah, I guess I was just always dreaming of getting away from this, but did for a second, and I just wanted to come back here.
Why did you want to get away so badly?
I thought it was what I was supposed to do.
And what made you think that?
I mean, I'm a sprite. We're from the Fae. Just thought it was like a fish in water.
But you were born here, weren't you? So, maybe you're not from the Fae. Ancestry maybe is.
I guess I thought it was more like a frog on land. Where, like, they're meant to be there, but they're born in the water. So, like, I thought I was in the water, and then I was meant to go out on land, but the land was just kind of scary and didn't like me. And so I'm back in the water, and this is okay.
Well, what can I do for you?
I don't know. I think I just need to think about things.
All right. Well, take your time in thinking. But if there's ever anyone you want to talk to, know that I'm always here. And I think you fit along wherever you go. As long as you feel happy yourself. That's all that matters.
Mentala will get up and he will hop from one fire escape to the other. And he would like to hug Kyoko.
Oh.
Just for the potential for a nat 1.
I have
just
the shoes.
Just for the potential. I know. You have to roll a 1 for anything bad to happen here.
Okay.
But I need like a dexterity check for this.
Yeah, acrobatics?
I'm going to go on dexterity. Because you're not
Okay.
like doing flips over to it. You're just going to hop and skip. Okay.
It's a 15.
You're fine.
I would like to hug Kyoko.
Kyoko will wrap her one paw and arm around you.
Now, for the potential of a nat 1, you need to roll for your hug here.
Yeah. Fortitude saving throw, actually.
What am I getting grappled?
Oh god, it's roll to wash hands all over again.
Oh
Right.
no.
With that, as the embrace happens, the camera pans to the hallway as an attendant is walking towards the room and passes by Izuka in the ice machine area and goes, sir, I'm going to be bringing, I was about to come to ask for your orders for breakfast.
You just, okay, I assume there'll be like a diner that we have to go down to.
We can bring everything straight to, if you would prefer to go outside, that is more than okay. I mean, we don't have to bring you food, but if you would like to go, I know there's a wonderful bagel shop down the street, as well as a
nice
smoothie place.
I don't know if I'm the person to talk to about this because it's all very new to me. If you just go to our room, we can probably talk to Charles Padina's there. I think this is all his thing, and I'm pretty sure it's coming out of his wallet. So, yeah. But for me specifically, I would like one of everything.
The menu is 4 pages long. What?
Yes.
You know what? I am okay. That'll be arranged. Walks on over to the door, knocks on Chuck's door. Just.
Son of a gun.
Room
Who is
service. Sorry, room service.
I think you can open the door. Right? Or do I have to get up?
He goes to open it, and it is unlocked, but you did latch the inside. So it goes thunk and kind of stops. This is fine. Your companion has already ordered one of everything. Is there anything else that you would like to add on to?
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Am I speaking with a Charles Spadina? They said that specifically.
Yeah, that's me. Give me a sec.
He is paying for it, so let me get one of everything.
Yeah. That sounds like Izuka. He'll get up and wander to the door sleepily and unlatch it and go, yeah. I'll look at the menu and figure out what to get. Hey, Min and Kyoko, do you want to eat in the room or you want to go down to the dining hall? Or maybe out to the park even?
Either is fine.
I have no preference. Whatever works best for y'all.
God, I feel like a parent sometimes in this group.
Funny, because yesterday that was not the case.
Yeah. You know what? We'll take it to go to the park. Should I call down my order, or would you like me to try and read the 4 pages right now and let you know?
Oh, I can wait. That's fine.
Perfect.
But one of everything to go.
No. Don't listen to that person. They like to joke.
Okay. Then I await your order.
And he'll order like a large assortment of various stuff, but not one of everything on a 4-page menu.
Okay. We'll go for like the big ticket items.
Yeah. And then he'll probably get like some sort of alcohol, probably like a Bloody Mary mix to have as well.
We have a wonderful mimosa as well. We call it a bloody mimosa, but it's just really adding some cranberry juice.
Just both. Both sounds great.
Both it
sounds
is.
Great.
And it does come with the added cost of the travel mug that it comes in, just a formality because it is a to-go order. It's going to be an extra couple of silver just to provide all of the cutlery and everything that we know probably will not be making its way back to the hotel.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Shall I bring you some naproxen or Advil? You seem to be dealing with something.
I'm just tired. It's fine. I'll be okay. If I had more of a hangover, then we'd be talking, but I'm okay for now.
Then the order will be waiting for you downstairs. Good day. Leaves on. It should be ready in about, with that much, probably more towards 30 minutes, but we'll be ready.
Sounds great.
And leaves. Walks past Azuka. I do apologize, sir, but I was told to ignore the one order of everything in favor of an assortment of things. So.
Okay, I'll just eat Chuck's food.
Okay. Turns like, sure, just walks away.
At this point, Chuck will walk out on the balcony and be like, the sun's out. Nice.
You just have Mintala and Kyoko just kind of like hugging it out in a very bro moment.
I don't think we're hugging for that long.
The entire time.
I imagine it was like
it's a 5-minute hug. Just really just leaning in, getting comfy with it.
I mean, I do have soft fur. Yeah, I think Kyoko's just kind of like sitting on the ledge and kind of looking out at the city. Taking in the morning air then. And I will roll my daily dice too.
Go for it. While that's happening, if we could get the resident breakfast expert to roll for breakfast.
Ooh, a 10.
Oh, and
straight down the road. That's good. That's assurance.
Ooh.
10. Today's gonna be an average day.
I'm not enfeebled anymore because we rested.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So you get to revert everything.
Ooh.
Everybody's back up to
my
all
fur
of their
looks
spell
nice
slots.
now. It's no longer darkened with that like purple black look anymore. It's
no longer scarred by the residue of chains and electricity and fire.
Oh yeah, I think I still do have the chain situation though. But you said you could only see it when I'm in human form.
Yeah. So there's just like
under my fur.
Because you did heal. So I'm going to give you the option of, do you want a little bit of scarring in the form of like a chain going across the clavicle, or would you like that to be completely healed?
I'm fine with that. I think it's cool.
Okay. Then for as long or as short or as detailed as you want, there is the smallest of scars going around your clavicle. There we go. So with that, you have your hangout outside the fire escape overlooking Manhattan as you discuss what you're going to be doing today.
So breakfast will be ready in 30 minutes. I hope you don't mind, but I ordered for you. Everyone, might be a little pricey, but like I said, I'll cover it later.
So
It's less expensive than what Azuka was going to order, which was one of everything of a 4-page menu, which included a lot of alcohol options, and that would have been a lot.
So what is the plan today? We going to find this emerald? Or...
I mean, it's just across the park. I figure we eat breakfast halfway there in the park, getting everything to go.
All right.
Best of both worlds, a little nature, a little city.
While Kyoko's looking out at the city from where we are, can I see that penthouse?
So the penthouse would be directly to your west. If you are on the fire escape outside, if you give me a perception check, if it's high enough, for sure.
Ooh, nat 20, 33.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Tell us what your fox eyes see. In perfect detail, you can see the morning sun hitting onto these tinted windows that are covering this penthouse. The balcony does seem to have these extravagant, well-tailored covers for the sun alongside an ornate table. You can see, surprisingly, with a nat 20, the inside does look very plain. And that's kind of the only detail you can see. You don't see any people.
Does it look like there's furniture in there or anything?
God, you are like 7 blocks away.
Okay, so you can't. I see. We're far away.
You know
so
where
just
it
looks
is.
like
You have it tracked. You see that it has very ornate detailing and very high end. Seen inside from this distance, even with a nat 20, is
yeah,
just
that makes
impossible.
sense. I didn't understand how far away it is.
Yeah.
So it looks ornate on the outside, but you said it's plain.
What you can see peeking through the glass is like marble countertops, this bar situation that is still also very plain. So it's like there's no accoutrement inside. It doesn't look like it's lived in. It just looks empty. Very, almost like sterile, eerie kind of thing.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I guess for the period in which we are waiting for the food and waiting to head down to the park, Kyoko will be keeping an eye on that building.
Okay.
So she might not be partaking in conversation.
Ooh. With my nat 1, you do see as a violet gray figure with white hair walks out, overlooks the balcony, kind of looks around as if looking to see if he's being watched, and just turns into the smoke and darts off into the distance. You can see him going further north up into the city, not towards the park, but definitely northern towards that direction. If they were to follow that street up, it would be towards the museum and the park and the circus and everything up in that direction. But where he goes, you don't know.
Kyoko will share this information with you all telepathically. Be like, did you see that? And then she proceeds to tell you what she saw.
Man, if I had a choice, I would see nothing today. As his eyes are closed.
I'm just worried there's more to Morian's story. If they were willing to do that with that train, what else are they willing to do? Or the other question is, who do they now want to be in the city?
Maybe they just want to be in control of transportation?
But this
Maybe.
was the maiden voyage of the train, right?
Yeah, but that maiden voyage opens doors. I mean, Min, you can see the paths. Obviously, the train would have changed something.
That's fair. Men, you see any trouble?
Do I see anything unusual?
Roll me perception. Actually, roll me urban terrain.
Oh, yeah.
Very rarely get to use that.
23?
So with the 23, you see the path energy, you see everything going throughout the city, and you look out to see where the ferry was. And you see this, like, the wisps of the energy shoot out over the water and from the other side, trying to connect and getting close and not being able to. As they go out, they almost reach each other, but can't. And as the ferry crosses, it connects for a moment, and the energy transfers through. But otherwise, it remains distant. So you feel like part of this wants to connect outward. But without that specifically, it doesn't.
They're trying to keep this place isolated. They don't want anyone to be able to get in and out if they can't control it.
See, I thought something strange was going on.
Yeah, I imagine some sort of power play to keep people away or control the people of the town. Yada, yada, yada. Mafia.
That means they feel threatened by people coming in from the outside. People like us. We got in.
Well, we should keep a lookout.
Maybe after breakfast.
With that, the 30 minutes is up. You get a ring from the actual working phone in this room. Pick it up. Sir, the food is ready and waiting in our boxes by the front. It is quite a bit, so we did not have a bag for it, but it's still carryable.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Are you able to bill ammo for the breakfast?
Let's see. 16. That West Coast company for ammunition, unfortunately, sir, no. The reliability of being able to send out such a request and get it back would be, troublesome. And it's not something that we would like really to do.
Understood. Unfortunate that I don't carry cash on me.
You do plan on paying for this room, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
It'll
already
be
paid
covered.
for it, I thought.
Food. It's all getting charged to the room.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. Let me.
Excellent. Roll for diplomacy really quick, because I know you're telling the truth, but they might not. Okay.
26.
With the 26, you're very easily able to convince them that you, yes, do intend to pay for everything you are purchasing.
Man, I've been here so many times. Why are you questioning whether I can pay something? I know it was years ago, but dude, it's fine.
To be honest, I've never met you in my lifetime, and I'm, nearly 30.
Oh, you young bucks. And he hangs up.
You just hear a question, young, as you hang up. So, with that, you all gather your things and make your way down to the lobby as you have these three, almost like the Costco crates. They're like, it's the best we could do, sir. It's lightweight wood. We didn't have bags for that.
It's fine. Azuka will carry all of it.
No, I won't. As I walk by.
What? You see him get really confused, and he goes, I guess if you're taking it to someplace nearby, I can find somebody to carry it for you.
Man, can you summon Red? Maybe he'll carry it. I'll carry some.
Red's got it covered. I summon Red.
Kyoko will have transformed as well.
You start to do your summoning as the square for the arcane sigil starts to be drawn on the floor of this marble lobby. The more ornate figures start to arise as the summoning circle starts to summon this elemental as the marble cracks just a little bit.
Now he's going to be partially marble.
In one hand, just as he lifts himself out of the marble in the floor and goes,
Oh, that's new.
and as he turns around, you see going up his spine are these little marble like blocks almost representing like different vertebrae as it goes up to his neck.
Hey, guys.
Walks
I
over.
messed up the floor.
Well, it's nice to see you again, Red.
Kyoko.
Goes, picks up the crates in both hands, just
Okay, where are we going?
as you see the owner, or not the owner, the manager just kind of staring at the now dented marble floor and just
Just like, ugh.
Chuck will lean over and just say,
outside.
Bill ammo for it.
that is across the country, sir.
I should really learn mending.
We will have it taken care of, and the appropriate spells will be used, and the components for which will be charged to your room, if that is okay. Good day.
Chuck casually side eyes towards Kyoko, going,
Just walks away.
Kyoko just smiles and puts her hand on Red and says, I think we're headed to the park, Red. And we'll kind of walk with Red towards the park.
Oh, I like the park. It's fun. It's soft.
It is, isn't it? Something
Yeah.
peaceful.
oh.
There's birds.
Chuck sees in one of the baskets the champagne for the mimosas and just pops it open and starts drinking some.
I suppose you
A little
can't
bit
be
of the hair of the dog.
hungover if you're constantly drunk.
I'm not drinking that much more just to subdue the current feelings.
Ooh,
Kyoko,
smart.
internally judging, continues walking.
Azuka's gonna outwardly judge, as they say. That's really not the best way to deal with really anything, Chuck, especially if we're gonna be one, getting the emerald, and two, potentially dealing with, I don't know, cults, as he does like a stage whisper.
I'll make them drink it then.
So you guys make your way outside and you cross the street and you make your way into Central Park and you get through all of these different paths and you see a bunch of couples. You see groups of people jogging in the morning. You see people on picnic tables having nice breakfast. People playing frisbee with each other. And you make your way over to an area known as Sheep Meadow, which is this lovely, large grass area with a small hill that you think would be a lovely area to have a picnic. As you're going through, you see dotted throughout the park these fully make-upped clowns going around with these little triangular hats with the balls on top, kind of like jumping and jingling from place to place, handing out flyers of the nearby circus.
I rolled to see if Azuka's scared of clowns, but he rolled pretty decently, so I think Azuka's fine.
Kyoko
Inside
will
you
look
hear
at
just,
the
Oh, I hate
flyer.
these things.
Meanwhile, Chuck goes, I hate clowns. I hate them.
So on the flyer is, in big bold letters, Zolnathar's Traveling Circus. Strong men, trapeze, clowns, monsters. And it's a bunch of different filigree and imagery of clowns, all like a cartoon version, almost Disney-esque, very steampunk Willy designed of like 30 clowns trying to cram into a small clown car, a man lifting like 200 pounds, and then an elf like tightrope walking across the top.
What were you saying, Kyoko? Kyoko was saying something, but I missed it.
I had said that I was reading the flyer, if that's what you were asking.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's why he was describing the flyer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And at the bottom it says performance is nightly.
Ooh. I think hearing that both Chuck and the Duke hate clowns, Zuko would be like, we should go to it.
To the circus.
I will
Yeah, the
throttle you in
circus.
your
It seemed
sleep.
like it'd be fun.
I think that'd be quite an interesting thing to do, pending nothing else is of necessity. She kind of looks back at the direction. Is the direction that cloaked person went towards the circus?
It's parallel, not direct.
Okay.
They went definitely uptown, but they
That
didn't
direction.
go. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what Kyoko says.
That's me throwing something at Azuka.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it would hit because that's my AC.
You're saying this as an orange suddenly flies and pops you in the face.
Oh, an orange. I'll take the orange. I'll peel it and eat it.
Does he have to roll?
Thanks for the orange,
damage
but
for
like
the orange?
for damage.
I mean, we could.
1d4.
I was gonna say a
I'm down
1d4,
for
but then
it.
it does almost as much damage as a dart of magic missile.
Yeah,
let's go with a point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
We'll say that it hit your nose particularly in the wrong direction, so you feel a little like one side of your nose
bruise.
is a little hard to breathe out of for a moment.
Ow.
It's like when I walk, I just run into walls and shit. I always find like
You're
I'm
a
bruised.
drifter.
Like, I don't know, I'm small, but somehow I'm hitting stuff. Don't ask.
You haven't had to worry about it your entire life, so now it sneaks up on you.
Ow. Don't you want to go to the circus? It could be fun. You were talking about enjoying our time here.
You know I don't want to go to the circus. You know I don't want to pay for one of everything. You know that you're getting on my nerves.
I
Keep
need
doing it.
fuel to keep going, and it's not my fault that you just can't seem to afford it.
You just see the Duke pop up behind him and just go, he doesn't like clowns.
I would look up at the Duke in the Duke's direction, not really hiding and being like, you don't like clowns either.
Yeah, but it's funny because he doesn't like them, and that's just. I could use that. This would be entertaining. I want to go now.
This spot
Let's
seems
go.
fine. Let's just eat.
Yes, please. Might want some brunch afterwards, but we can talk about that later.
So as you guys sit down and enjoy a nice spread of eggs and pastries and many things that you can think of for breakfast, especially like a little brunch mimosa, a little Bloody Mary mix, all set up and ready there. You do see on the far side of the park 2 cop cars driving up towards the museum. Lights, but no sirens.
Huh.
You're not. We can't hear you, Ben.
You're muted.
Mentala, who has stolen a slice of orange and is eating it like a wedge of melon, is like, oh, that doesn't look good.
Cops? Yeah, they're not great people.
Yeah, but they're going to the museum. We gotta go to the museum.
Oh, you mean the situation? Oh,
But I mean, generally, sure, but they're also this specifically.
Kyoko just kind of looks at Mentala. Are you seeing something dangerous headed that direction?
Mentala tilts his head and like tunes into that and sees if there's anything
And
odd happening there.
Kyoko will also do the same, but in her own way.
I will check the space, and you will check the time.
Yeah. Space and time. Yeah.
So crazy. So you're going to use your focus spell to scry, or what are you trying to do?
Scry.
I'm just kind of seeing if weird path stuff is happening. It's like a terrain check or whatever.
Sing Sheng when he looked at the building and it was like red, dangerous energy, and then it suddenly became fine energy after Sing Sheng left.
Roll me urban terrain.
Yeah, Xing was definitely getting something done.
Yeah.
Then
25.
Kyoko, roll me your fortune telling.
I shall
attempt
do
to
so.
see time.
And then
20.
I'm gonna roll perceive. And I got
I'm
19.
busy eating.
So Chuck would definitely see the police cars getting set up at the area. I'm trying to see how far
When
away
Chuck looks
you would
away
be.
to look at those cop cars, I still
I
smell
imagine
Chuck's
that
food.
doesn't affect it. But...
Perfect. Yeah. Roll a stealth with a +2 because he's distracted.
Yes. Okay.
Kyoko, you attempt to see the visions of what's going on and what event is happening, and you shift it until you see the previous night, and you just see lights inside, and you hear glass shattering, and then you're brought back to yourself. Mintala, you do see more vibrant energy for that direction, so you know that a lot has been happening, a lot of foot traffic has been going on in that area. So less of danger and more of just an accumulation.
It's been busy in there. Maybe not in a good way.
Definitely not in a good way. I think something might have gotten stolen, and if that emerald is as valuable as we've been saying it is, well, I'm imagining it's probably not there anymore.
Okay, maybe the cult should wait for a second, and we should go check where the emerald is.
I think they might be one and the same.
Or maybe, before we assume, I can talk to the officers in charge.
Either way, Kyoko says while kind of already starting to walk in the direction. I think we should move on.
Okay. I like stuff my face with the last bits of food.
Red, bring the rest of the food. We could snack on the way.
Like, all of it, it's like in multiple different places now. Like, it might be I could box it up. Yeah?
I'll help. We'll catch up in a second.
Cool.
I'm gonna help stacking all the plates back in.
He just kind of starts grabbing things, and he grabs a plate that shatters in his hand. He just goes,
It's fine.
he just eats the whole thing, ceramic and all.
So you want to approach this good cop, bad cop, as Chuck kind of subtly like bumps Kyoko?
I suppose that's a strategy we could take. Which one are you doing?
Rich and inquisitive man.
So bad cop.
So yourself? Is that what's happening here?
What part are you playing? Me.
I kind of want to see Kyoko be bad cop. I was like, which one you're playing? I'll play the good cop if I get to see Kyoko play bad cop. I want to see that.
I think Kyoko even offers that. She says,
Well, I guess then I'm bad cop.
Yeah, I think that'll work. I was more of a cop joke because we'll probably have to deal with that, but we can counter it with their own techniques.
So as you do walk up to the front door I shouldn't say front door, the main entrance to this museum, there is a police tape going across the front door. There is one cop who is this taller man with red hair, trench coat, and a nice thick mustache, is talking to this small gnome who has on pretty nice attire, as well as this taller, balding man who has on a nice suit. As you get up, and so you saw nothing, but there were a record of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stolen items in particular, along with other smaller assets. Do you have a name of everything that could be said? And he goes, I'm going to have to check the list inside to know exactly what has been taken. If you could let me in, that would be great. And then I was like, I just want to go in and make sure that all the exhibits are fine, that like things are stolen, so they're not going to be fine, but I just want to go in and I just, oh dear. As she turns around, takes 2 steps down and starts pacing back and forth.
Evening, officer. Or morning. I don't know what time it is.
Good to see you, traveler, citizen. Nice to... How can I help you?
Oh. Can't believe you don't recognize me.
Well, the circus is that way if you're looking for that. Public transport down the way.
I'm Charles Spadina. I have business here at the museum. Wanted to see what potentially happened.
With a 4. Look, pal, lots happened, lots changed. I don't know if getting you inside is the best. There was a little bit of a break-in the other night. So
look, that's
adding more
exactly
people.
why we're here.
You have information on the break-in?
No, we're here to investigate.
Well, that would be my job. I'm Detective Olson.
Well, Detective Kyoko. She offers her hand and will shake his hand, and she wants to see if she can get a vibe from this guy.
Okay. What kind of vibe are you looking for? More into him or stuff that he might have seen along with the investigation?
Either, whatever is available.
Ooh. What do you want more? That's going to be what you get with the higher roll.
I guess
or
personal
we could do 2
for the
separate
situation.
rolls. Okay.
I'm down with 2 separate rolls as well.
Then do 1 roll for looking into them, and then 1 roll for looking into what they've seen.
For fortune telling?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. This is for them.
Mm-hmm.
This is for what they've seen. 27, 19.
So you see Olsen sitting in a desk across from another person who is a little bit shorter with black hair and a full beard. And he goes, okay, Jimmy, we just got word that the museum was broken into last night. Let's get over there. And the other guy starts speaking. He goes, hey, you sure? Yeah, it seems they took quite a few things, but doesn't seem like many of the guards were injured. Some of them were, and then they start having this conversation. Zoom forward to them in the cop car driving over. Just, God, things have been getting crazy around here. Yeah, guys, say it's been getting weird. You see those clowns at the park here? Oh yeah. It fades into another thing, arriving at the scene with a 19 fortune telling. The only thing you see is him in the main foyer, looking up at a broken skylight and shards of glass on the ground with 2 bodies off to the side, and each of them having these ornate infernal markings across the back of their neck. Yes. Well, that is definitely something you don't see every day. Nah, it isn't. It seems that this one fell over there, was dragged over here. And how did this one get all wrinkly? And they're just talking about the different forms and damage tied to the body, and then back to where you are on the front steps.
Yeah, Kyoko removes their hand from the handshake and says, I think we're here to assist you in a different way. She leans in quietly and says, more the occult side of things. I hear you have 2 bodies with some strange markings.
Yes. Did you get a call from the chief on this one? I wasn't expecting any backup or any outside parties involved.
We're moving in quickly. As you know, there's been some interesting things happening in the town.
This is by far deception check.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
I was like, intimidation's not happening here. Deception has to happen. Mm-hmm. I have a +11 to this roll.
Well, who knows what the dice fairies want to provide for me today?
You
We pray
have
to the
hero
orange
points.
Jesus. That's true. I
And
do
it's-
have 1 hero point.
And what the
Can
last
I-
episode showed us, everybody can give their hero points to you, and it just won't make a difference.
That's Bentham specifically, I think.
Okay.
That's only me. If
everybody-
if everyone gives their points to me, I just roll worse and worse till we run out of hero points.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers and toes. Here we go. Lucy's like staring at the dice roller right now. I don't know if you can see her little tail.
Oh, you can tell.
Did it go? I can't see.
Not
I'm
on
not
our
seeing
end
it.
so far. Oh.
16. I'm thinking I should reroll.
Yeah, you have a plus 11, right? You
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
definitely
you
do
rolled
better
a
than-
5. You rolled a
Yeah,
5.
on the die,
I'll
yeah.
reroll.
Okay, hero point
75%.
used.
Oh my god!
Oh no! No, we're stopping. We're not gonna do the same thing we do with Bentham.
What?
You
Come
do
on.
have the. You do.
Do you
have
want
your
it?
number.
Okay.
What?
I'll give you my hero point.
All right, burning them
Reroll.
early today, folks. Can't use them to save yourself.
All right, you rolled a 4. There's a high percentage chance of being higher
Roll
than
a
a
5
4.
and a 4.
Oh my god. Lucy, help me. She's consoling me.
Mm-hmm.
26.
There we
Okay.
go.
Woo, that's what we needed. I was like, oh no,
26.
is this
Okay,
going to
the
be a
curse is
repeat?
specific to me. Now we know.
With a 26, he kind of looks at you for a second. Hey, Jimmy. Kind of leans over to the side as a shorter man walks out. Yeah, Elson. Hey, we got some occult specialists here to help out with the investigation. Oh, thanks. I have no clue what's going on here. These are markings I haven't seen. And he kind of like lifts up the tape for you guys to come in.
While
can
Kyoko
my-
was having this interaction, sorry, Chuck would have completely ignored this guy who kind of like brushed him off and went and talked to the gnome and will speak in gnomish.
Okay. So Chuck's voice goes into a little bit of a higher tone. He starts speaking into this new language that you guys haven't seen him speak. And yes, let me just grab their information really quick. Okay. They're pacing back and forward and going through a couple of different notes in a book they have. Okay. They said this was taken and this was. Oh,
Excuse me.
yes.
I can see you're a little bit flustered, but if you'll just stick with me, I can get you inside and we can sort everything out and let you be able to check over everything. I know this is disconcerting and everything that's happened, but trust me, we're here to help.
But the cop said no one's allowed inside until the investigation is completed.
That cop is speaking out his ass. You know, power trips, you know how cops can be. But let me just take care of everything and we'll get you inside. My associate is already talking with the head detective. We were brought in on the case and we'll be able to take over authority from here.
Okay. Sure. That's okay.
Oh, by the way, name's Charles Spadina.
Hi, my name's Sharon. Nice to meet you. Okay. Yeah. Sure. That's fine. We can go inside. Victor, it turns to the tall, bald man. Yes. It seems this man is going to be taking us inside to see the exhibit and see everything that's been going on. He goes, that is very kind of you to do, sir.
You work here, right?
Yes, the name is Victor Stone. I'm the curator for the entire facility.
Oh, then you know Cade.
Oh, yes, Mr. Cade.
Yeah, I'm Chuck. Charles Spadina. I was coming here for a purpose, but me and my associate are going to help investigate and figure out what's going on.
You were the one who's going to be taking the Patricia Emerald on loan to the West Coast.
Correct.
Ah, yes. Okay. As we can tell you, there has been a bit of an upset in the expected nature of the whereabouts for the Patricia Emerald.
We'll deal with that later. First, we need to figure out this situation and get everything sorted. And make sure everything gets taken care of for you guys.
You are aiding in the police.
Yes. Absolutely.
You are here to pick up the emerald and here to aid in the police.
We're here to pick up the emerald. understood the situation, and as Cade would have aforementioned, we're very well versed in investigation and taking care of things when things go awry. So
You are a man of many talents, Mr. Spadina.
yes, you
Well,
could say that, but
be careful not to wear too many hats. Hard
Just
to
the
fit
one.
on your head.
but yes, we want to be able to help you out in kind, as it seems like the right thing to do.
Oh, that would just be really lovely. I did want to go and check on a very specific exhibit. I was researching some of Earth's historic animals, and I had a really nice statue upstairs. I want to make sure it's okay. It's my life's work, honestly.
Certainly, we'll take care of everything for you. And
Fantastic.
make sure you stick by me. No, they'll probably get a little antsy if you start wandering off.
Okay. So, grab their attention, and as the tape is lifted up for you, Kyoko is able to get you guys inside. As you're going in, one of the guys is like, "Hey, the rock monster. Can we not? I do not want the floors to be mixed up by this concrete man."
Min,
Kyoko will look at Min and Red.
He can wait outside or desummon him or whatever we need to do.
Oh, yeah, that's totally fine. Get it. No problems.
So he just falls into the ground.
Zuka, you were gonna.
Also,
say
I really
something
want to
in
give your
chat.
cat a hero point. That is adorable.
I know. I'll take the hero point. She's very demanding.
No. Your cat has the hero point. You know.
All right, Lucy, when do you want to use it? She's being very
It's
demanding.
adorable. It's so cute. Okay.
Just wants love.
So you guys walk inside to a massive foyer, and you see two bodies that have been covered up in a tarp, as well as glass shards all the way around. You see other exhibits off in the distance, and two, like, I don't want to say coroners, but the CSI kind of like overlooking the bodies, seeing if they can find anything. And as you walk in and see the bodies, Sharon, the gnome, just goes, "Oh God, oh," and just starts looking at the ground. It's like, oh God, oh, okay, people died, oh, and starts to have a bit of a panic.
Kyoko will put her hand on the gnome's shoulder if they'll allow, and says, "Oh, go ahead."
As you do that, you get this flash of giddiness as you see visions of the gnome walking around the museum, going up to different exhibits and altering the way like spears are being held or a way a sword is being displayed, the gems of being polished, wording on specific tiles, and this sense of pride that comes from all of these things being completely accurate. And then you see this large T-Rex sculpture, this skeleton, that they have a very unique fondness for, that they are making sure the bone is placed in the right direction. You just see the love that this person has for this place.
Kyoko, putting their hand on their shoulder and getting the visions of this, says, "Just look the other way. It's gonna be all right."
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I know you care about this place. We'll help you
Yeah.
get it back into pristine position again once we resolve this.
That would be nice. And then you see Victor next to her, just stone faced. Just, "Well, that is very unfortunate. The blood is going to stain the floor."
Kyoko has like a interesting questioning look on her face, and says, "I suppose it will." And she'll lean over and try to look at the marking, like go down and unzip the thing or lift the cloth to see what the markings were that they had mentioned, or that she
Okay.
had seen, to see it like a little closer.
Go ahead and roll me occultism.
Here's the thing. I said I was here for occultism. I don't have the greatest occultism. We'll see. It's not bad though. It's like a 9. 18.
18. You notice that the markings definitely go like up into the hairline, down below the collar. And from what you can see as you're examining, they have definitely not devilish, but demonic markings. That's what you can get with an 18.
Okay. So it has like, there's demonic looking.
Mm-hmm. So Olson walks up. So we got a list of everything that was stolen. We have 45 gold worth of different gems. We've got this 100 gold sapphire that was on loan from South America. We have the Patricia Emerald was taken, as well as the golden mask of the sun god, the heart of the ocean, the crown jewels of Ustalav, and the black blade. I don't know if any of that means anything to you or if there's any connection there, but it's oddly specific. There's some places here that were untouched, and there's big ticket items.
Kyoko is thinking deeply and kind of motions Azuka over.
Azuka, I wouldn't ask you to look at this, but I'm curious if you,
she looks at you like, she's saying like you, but looking like past you,
might have some thoughts on it.
And she like lifts the cloth back up so they can, and she points out where the markings are.
Kind of takes a deep breath, because I think he'll never get used to seeing dead bodies. But after a moment of hesitation, they'll crouch down to see if they can read and understand the demonic language or runes on their neck.
Ooh, so you're trying to understand a language. I guess this would be intelligence. Let's go.
I do have Abyssal and Infernal as languages I just know.
Ooh,
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, if you have Abyssal, then you would be able to understand certain script along it of like, it says words like devotion, belonging, sacrifice, vitality. Zura is on there. And as you're doing this, one of your eyes changes into a color similar to what you would see in the face of the Duke, and you just see.
This one. It's unfortunate, so crass, but Zura. Not a good time.
I think, especially with people around, I won't do this out loud, but in my head, in response to this, I'll just go, do you have history with this, Zura?
They were human once, part of the old days, a really old race. Became part of obsessed with eternal life. Decided to start taking the lives of her subjects to maintain her own age. They were murdered after years of subjugation and became a lord of the abyss. Carved out their own little territory, created, what were they? I can't remember the exact word. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Fades away.
To hype up, I guess, or like enforce the facades that Kyoko has created for us as like the occult specialists for this case, I'll point at the rune that says Zura, and I'll just be like, Zura, used to be human, got obsessed with immortality, and decided to take lives to make that happen, to keep their age. Eventually got killed. I mean, make enough enemies is bound to happen no matter how powerful you are. But I suppose in death, they were able to take a portion of the abyss and make it theirs.
Well, that's not reassuring.
No. No, it's not. On both bodies, are the markings the exact same? Are they saying like the same thing?
The individual words of like devotion, sacrifice, that kind of stuff, those are different and altered person to person, but the script that tells of my devotion to Zura is the same.
Kyoko will put the cover back over and, well, actually, no. I think she'll lean down and she's gonna touch the body and see if she gets any details about it. I was like, I need to go see the spaces where these items are because I'm curious what their interaction is, but probably should
With the
do the body thing first.
amount of fear that was involved with this specific killing, it's very easy to pick up on the resonance of it. And you see this figure in a black suit, black cloak with a silver mask going over their face, crashing through the ceiling, landing on the floor, turning around, going to stab him. He dodges out of the way, falls to the ground as he watches his friend go up, grab the guy from behind. He ducks, spins around, slices through his throat as he grasps at it and falls back. He then turns and starts walking towards the man who is on the ground as he starts to crawl away, and he turns and gets stabbed in the back with this black blade as you see this essence start to get pulled into it, and his body start to shrivel a little bit as he pulls it out and things go black.
Azuka's gonna assume that that black blade is the black blade that was the item that got stolen, and look to the others and say, where are these items in question held? Specifically that black blade to start.
Okay, so the black blade was being held on the third floor next to the Tyrannosaurus Rex exhibit, and was on loan from us, or from a very powerful family. Okay. Do you want me to take you there?
And the emerald, where's that being held? Or where was it?
Emerald is actually over there around the corner. It was in the Hall of Gems and Minerals. It's just a really big emerald.
Let's stop that way on our way to the blade.
As you walk in around the corner, you actually see Chuck. Make me a perception check, specifically you.
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Okay.
It got worse. Hero points are a curse.
I think as
really
we're
are.
walking to, Kyoko will say to Chuck and Mintala, or any of them who wants to listen, some of y'all might want to question the guards as well. Seems not very many of them were harmed in this situation. They might have seen something.
The guards that were involved with the heist were sent home today. They all had been questioned by the police, and they can give no more further information.
Interesting. Then Kyoko will continue walking.
I did happen to listen to a few of the testimonials before they were sent home, if you would like me to relay any information.
Kyoko's already walking, so if Chuck and them want to
Okay.
ask that information, they can.
As you guys are walking down this hall of shows this different sedimentary layers. That's what actually be very curious for Mintala, seeing like these different rocks and gems kind of displayed and shown where they're from and what's going on.
What did Chuck see with the 19?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
You kind of sniff and you get a sense of a very specific type of gasoline. That's odd.
Specific gasoline.
Yeah.
That's definitely a Chuck thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all of it smells the same to me.
Yeah. So it's a specific grade, we'll say.
Chuck apparently can't perceive anything right now.
He's a little hungover and then drank some more, so kind of happens. So you guys walk through this hallway and turn another corner as you see another tape line and more CSI kind of going around the room. You see a man in a purple and gray cloak in the corner on the ground. You see 3 more individuals similar to the guards that were in the main atrium scattered around the room. All of them are like clutching at their faces and they have no teeth. Yep, that happened. And DMing that was scary.
Oh, this is like the
You guys are
Legend
so,
here, folks.
out of everything. You're seeing the after effects of a Legends game.
Oh, did they steal all this shit?
We'll see.
They're
so you go
cultists,
into
aren't they?
go into this room, and there's a pedestal in the center that is about halfway up, and you see bodies all around.
Are these like guards' bodies? Like,
Similar to the atrium, 3 of them are cultists in guard garb. And then in the far corner, there is one person who's actually in ritualistic robes.
Okay.
Kyoko
And he
will,
has the tattoos that come up over and almost into his face, with another one coming up the throat.
that's what I was just gonna say. Is Kyoko will look to see if they have the same things. She's going to kind of feel the space where the emerald is supposed to be.
As you go and touch the pedestal, you see fear again as a swarm of tooth fairies comes around the corner, latches onto the first guard as they swarm on his face, start ripping his teeth out, as you hear the gurgles as they go from one guard to the other. As another one tries to stab into the swarm, he gets overtaken, and this jumps from person to person. As then when it gets to the big robed dude, he throws up a hand and this blackness engulfs all of them as they fade away. With that, you see a clown come from around the corner with a drama mask of the half crying, half smiling tragedy and comedy. Turn the corner, he has this little like elegant way he like moves as he's going through, and you hear a burp burp as around the corner. You don't see anything as the figure with the black cloak starts walking towards this and then starts sprinting. As that happens, the emerald starts to go into the ground and he slides, grabs it over to the corner. As he hits, the ritualistic man shoots out a blast of energy and knocks the emerald free. As then he turns over and sees a hammer coming at his face, and then everything goes black.
Kyoko will start walking over to where the emerald had fallen from the person's hand and kind of like follow that trail to see if they can find it. And while she's walking, is Mint and is Chuck nearby?
You were a little bit
Chuck,
ahead of everybody. We'll say that everybody is
who's
just
with
now
me?
getting to the room.
Okay. I think Kyoko will just say, well, for those of you who are afraid of clowns, you'll be happy to hear, you'll be glad that you weren't part of whatever went down here. And she will continue trying to look for where the emerald might have rolled, and maybe he's still there. I don't know.
Victor turns the corner, goes, of course there was more going on here. Oh no. Sharon, I don't think this would be best. Oh God! As she turns the corner and sees the toothless pieces. Oh, I'm not going in that room. Okay, I'm gonna be right over here. Kind of turns around and goes back to the walls and starts like reading one of the tiles on the gems. Goes, they were from South America. Okay, go to South America. Go into
Kyoko just says,
Equator.
tooth fairies, not a very pleasant encounter. And out of character, I have fought tooth fairies. They are horrifying. They're like little things
didn't know
with
tooth
giant
fairies
fucking
were a
pliers,
thing.
and they like can put you to sleep
Tooth
and basically just
fairies?
steal all your teeth. It's horrifying.
What the?
Terrifying.
Yeah, and they're dangerous. Like they're actually pretty They
do some damage.
Damage, yeah.
Oh my god.
We lost some people to some tooth fairies in a past campaign I was in.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
When you go to touch the place where the emerald was, there's a flash in your mind of the emerald getting slammed against the wall. And roll me perception. As it drops and as the quiet of the fight ends, you feel it getting picked up.
20, 33. What is happening today? Thank you.
Okay.
Jesus.
As it slams against the wall, you see, like when ice goes from perfectly cooled to warmed at the first touch of water, a crack form in the middle. Not really to like the exterior of anything, but a fine fissure just crack down the center. Nothing seems to have
the
emerald.
The emerald's there. I see the emerald.
No, the emerald is not
this
there.
Isn't
In the vision.
Okay.
You see it getting picked up by the man dressed in black with the silver mask. And you see a few details on the mask itself that you are able to understand the filigree that is going on along the eyes and up in the corner of the brow. Seems to be an older man.
Older man.
Elven. Maybe? You assume.
Okay.
The clown
Is there
walks over.
the marking
Well, this
on...
was interesting. We did not expect that. Vision ends.
You said that the detailing on the mask, is it like in a symbol or something that I
It
can recognize?
is indicative of a thing from the old world. So if you want to roll history, you have to roll high to understand what it is.
Okay. We'll
So
try.
that 20 that you just had, let's hope
I
you can get another.
Have is history society, or is that a different thing?
We can roll society. Yeah. This would be a society thing.
Well, this will all be RNGs because I have nothing in this.
Well, your cat is also being cute, so we can say you can use the
7. It makes sense. I don't know it.
yeah. You look at it and it's just
Kyoko mostly did
Interesting.
fortune telling stuff in the old world anyway. And baskets. Okay. Interesting. Then
on the
Kyoko-
ground next
go
to the
ahead.
body where the old man is. Azuka, you see some of that same demonic, almost burnt into the ground next to it that looks in a very rectangular shape with different demonic symbols across it.
I will approach it. I've been around Cade. I know what a like magical circle or sigil looks like, so I'm gonna still keep a distance from it just in case it activates or anything like that, but close enough to be able to read what's around it.
So what you see is not, it's like almost like burnt into the ground, like something touched this place and the writing that was on this book burnt into the floor. Rectangular, about the size of a normal tome. And as you get close, you realize that it is the names of different demons burned into the floor.
Okay. What are the names?
Roll me occultism.
Okay. Occult is trash. 9.
Okay. With that, you would notice Zura. Let's see. And with the 9, Zura and Orcus are the two that you are able to understand.
Azura and which one?
Orcus.
Also, did you ever tell us the stuff that Xian Cheng told you? Because she definitely, just so you know,
Name
she
drop.
definitely
Yeah.
said to you, Azura.
Yeah, I
Just
think
Zura. Z-U-R-A.
Z-R-A. Okay. I cannot remember all of the names that Connie listed.
Connie was so good at just
She
boom,
said-
boom, 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 boom.
Zura
Yeah.
knocked Ticula Asmodeus, she talked about the Blood War, and she said, obviously, Nemesis was her thing. And the Mistress.
Yeah.
She kept saying Mistress, not Ticula.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Azuka's actually told any of you about that yet.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I know out of character I know this, but I don't know if in character I know it, so that's why I didn't want to put two and two together.
You know, I don't think he's mentioned it yet, but I think now that he's seen the name Zero twice in this, are people other than our group still around us?
Yes. The gnome is around the corner. There's a couple of like CSI people who they're just like documenting things over in the corner on a notepad. Victor, the curator, is at the entrance kind of just looking over, and you can see like kind of planning in his head of how like that's over there. I'm going to go and take that and I'm going to put that over there. And that's going to be shifted. We're going to clean up everything. Like he's going through how to get this place back open as quickly as possible.
No, Azuka will note this burnt, this list of names burnt into the ground, and just keep it in mind to bring up once you've left the premises.
Okay. Oh, so are you guys yeah? Go ahead.
I would like to try using my at-will detect magic, which is a super basic one where like, is there magic? But it means I can work out, you know, if there's any of the bodies or the markings or the plinth where the emerald was and stuff like that might have, you know, residual magic shenanigans going on.
So
it's
with
basic
your
level
detect
1 detect
magic, you see the magic that is on every one of your party mates. The pillar itself at the center of the room does have a connected arcane sigil around it, and it looks just like a movement. So if anybody touched it, it would go into the floor. But other than that, you see the magic that's in the lights that's connecting it. That's it.
Okay. There's nothing of interest to report there. I don't think Mental even says anything to anybody. He like looks for the magic. He's like, yeah, there's nothing.
Roll me perception. I want to see if you can see any residual magic that has been maybe on something or touching something.
Dirty 20?
So with the 20, you see evocation magic on the crack in the wall next to where Kyoko saw the emerald get slammed in. You see this infernal transmutation abjuration magic on the hand of the old man, and on the sigils that are on the ground. Those have a residual magic to them as well.
Okay,
And
I'll relay
Fey
that
magic,
then.
Fey magic from where the tooth fairies were summoned in.
Okay, yeah. So he'll relay that, be like, yeah, something blasted here, some kind of offensive spell, and then there was some weird transformation going on with his hand.
What are you going for, Chuck?
I'm looking at how they broke in to see if I can read how they did their thievery entrance and figured out how to get into this place without causing more of a commotion.
Oh, like thievery knowledge. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell this room was not the origin of the break-in. You assume, based off of what you've seen, that it was through the skylight. But Kyoko has only seen one person drop in through there. So you have the gnome on the outside. So, I'd like to go and check on the dinosaur now, if that's okay.
Right. Let's head on that way.
Okay, I don't know how you guys can be in there, but it's probably why I'm not part of the crime fighting. So, this way.
You get used to bodies when you create them.
What?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. She turns and starts slowly walking away.
Look at Chuck. Like, why? We're really struggling to seem like we're part of this. We're meant to be here.
Takes you guys through the museum.
In character, Kyoko doesn't say anything.
Jesus. The gnome guides you guys through the museum, up through 2 flights of stairs, and you get to the top as you see the gnome walk up ahead of you guys, turn a corner, just go, oh, come on! As you guys close, and there's just a empty pedestal where in front of it there was a tile that says T-Rex found in blah, 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 blah. And you just see this defeat look on their face as next to
They
it.
stole the whole thing?
Next to it, there is a
They
pedestal
animated it.
room.
They totally animated it.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I don't know if they
sick.
did, but that's what I would have done.
I would
So
totally.
that's-
I would totally ride a freaking T-Rex, like bone creature. That'd be sick.
Did you mention the circus at all when Chuck was around? I know you mentioned the clowns.
The circus? No.
You would have
Yeah.
seen the clowns in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in Kyoko's vision, if that was mentioned. Because if so, Chuck would have an idea, but...
Kyoko definitely relayed the information that she saw.
So as Kyoko comes up here, you touch nearby on... see, where do you go? Where do you look for first? There's the room where the Black Blade was, and then the room next door that had the bones. As you go into the room with the Black Blade, along the walls, there is a imagery and descriptions of what is very little known but understood about the Shadowfell,
Interesting.
a place of negative energy.
Okay. I think Kyoko first reassures the poor little gnome and is like, I'm certain you'll be able to get it all back together eventually.
It
Was quite majestic.
Yeah, it was.
And then she'll step in and she'll read the thing about the Shadowfell and then kind of lightly trellis her hands against where the sword or blade was before.
So it states that the Shadowfell is the negative form of the Fae, whereas the Fae is positive in life and creation. The Shadowfell is the opposite. It's desolation, it's negativity, it's almost infesting of the energy of that place doesn't create, it corrupts. So anything that goes there gets altered in some way. It talks about the blade itself being forged from the scales of a dragon that spent 100 years inside of the Shadowfell. And when it came out, it had been changed and then killed, scales stripped and formed into armor and weaponry for a ancient civilization. When you touch the pedestal that the blade was on, you get visions of the man in the black cloak coming up and grabbing it, and these black tendrils going around and latching onto their body. And you feel, and this is unique to you, the time being stripped from them and being pulled into the blade. And as you hear this cracking of bone as you look to the right, as the T-Rex then kneels down and the head turns towards the blade, roars at them and attacks. So you see that there is a fight here as you see gnaw marks of the teeth against the nearby wall, claws against the floor, an imprint of the tail against the farther wall. As you look out and you see the clown going and doing this wild somatic component and blasting the T-Rex as a dwarf with a large hammer just runs up, charges, and leaps up at it covered in lightning.
So it seems like this whole crew was working together, from what I see. Okay. Kyoko will relay this stuff in a very detective way without giving details that are, pertinent to us. But we'll relay everything else.
Then with that, as you guys get that last bit of information, the Detective Olson comes up from around the corner. All right, so if you guys found anything, any new information? What have you found out about those markings downstairs? I'm giving you guys quite a bit of time.
They're of demonic nature.
Well, okay. Anything else?
Seems likely that they came in through the skylight, but I wouldn't
assume
doubt
that.
that wasn't the only way they came in.
We found a bunch of different guards holed up in the break room. It seems somebody had put a sleeping poison into the lasagna for the night. So,
What restaurant provided the lasagna?
it was made by one of the wives of one of the workers. We assumed that they had gotten in, tainted it, and then gotten out.
Well,
Thoughts
there
were
were
that
some
they
of
had
them
come
that
in
were
earlier in the day.
dressed like guards, so that would make sense.
True. Very true.
What were you going to say, Azuka?
Oh, the markings. Some of them were names of demon. I think specifically demon lords.
Make me a... Who has the highest perception here?
Not
Probably
me.
me.
Yeah, probably Kyoko.
I have a 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that would make your DC 23. And with a 10 roll, Victor, when you talk about all of this stuff in the demons and the names of demons, you just see him get uncomfortable for a moment and then look very sternly and just kind of like close his eyes for a moment, and then he's back.
Something going on, officer? Oh, wait, no, this is Victor's the head person, the
Curator.
curator. Something going on, Victor?
There was supposed to be a secret artifact that was being brought into the museum. It's called the Codex Gigas. It was an artifact found next to a demonic cult temple far away. Nobody was supposed to know it was here. We thought that way it'd be safe from being burgled, but unfortunately, it did not seem to be the case.
Appears so. Who knew
We'd like
about
to-
this in particular?
Pretty much me, two of the researchers, and those who worked within the room. But that would be it.
Any of them still alive?
Yes, all of the researchers and people that work for the museum seem to be alive and well. It seems the only people that might have fallen were the cultists. Those people with the markings that we had found.
Well, if they were the only ones who knew about it, maybe one of them were in on it.
It is a potential. Either way. Yeah, so, what else can you give me? You guys are the occultist specialists. This has a lot of magic mumbo jumbo written on it.
The mask that the person was wearing, you said it wasn't golden, it was silver.
No, it was
Right.
silver.
So it's probably not the golden mask of the sun god. Kyoko will describe the person in each of the people, because they're all very, very weird. Like there's a clown,
Yeah.
a dwarf with a hammer.
You,
Yeah, she'll just start describing the people.
when you describe the clown, the gnome's ears kind of goes, wait, no, those are the... You describe the attire, it's like, that's like what the clowns are dressed at for the carnival.
Well,
Chuck
maybe the
just subtly is
carnival.
nodding.
Maybe one of them has to
Maybe.
do with the carnival.
Maybe it's a disguise?
Most likely.
Hide in plain sight kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Circus travels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Easy
Makes it
way in and
easy.
out, inconspicuously. It's very easy for you to be able to blend in, or for others to potentially use you as a disguise to begin with. Therefore, you have cover, especially if you work in the circus, because you could say, "So, well, I guess somebody stole our stuff." You got a backstory, you got a cover story. It's wearing a mask or a hat that shades your face. It keeps you from being noticed, but also recognizable enough to the point to where somebody thinks something. And then when they go searching around, it's going to be harder to find any more information than that. And if you poke around at a circus, well, people don't like clowns. People don't like people accusing others of things. They're kind of the freaks. They're kind of this. They're going to poke right back. And, it's an easy way to blend in without blending in.
Well, they weren't all dressed as clowns. Does anyone
I'm just
recognize
saying.
the others?
Clowns are always suspicious.
Noted.
The man in you said the silver mask dressed in black.
Correct. Yeah.
Survive a fall from the top of the foyer. Take out 2 guards. There's been a hired gun running around the city. I wonder if it might be him. The only thing we know about him is he goes by the Wolf, and other than that, we haven't been getting close to catching him. But this is indicative of the Wolf.
What else has this wolf done then?
He's taken out gang leaders. He's taken out politicians. It's honestly, we don't know where he goes or why, but it seems to be standard hitman. Doesn't really care who he's taking out as long as he gets paid. At least
There
that's how I
must
see
be
it.
some kind of pattern, though.
I wish I could tell you. Gang boss here, cop here. Who knows?
Has he left anything behind in any of these
Not
other
once.
endeavors?
He's clean. It's quick. No calling card.
All right.
One time we were able to get anything was we found the person who hired him, got him behind bars. The only thing we got out of him was the name Wolf. Came back the next day and he was dead.
Mentala, do
Crazy.
you see any trails of any sort?
I can try. I try.
When you're looking through, the energy that goes into the room near the pedestal almost seems to become fainter as it gets closer to the room in the center, almost as if it is regrowing after being forced away for so long. You imagine that was the effect of whatever the blade was. As the path goes through, you see normal energy. There doesn't seem to be any threats or anything here.
Any tracks they might have left have been covered.
Chuck, go ahead and make me a perception roll again, as you are up here looking at the stairs.
31.
Ooh,
That's a
nat
nat
20.
Specifically on the corners coming up the stairs as it's going around to turn to go up the next section of stairs, you see smaller tire marks
On the walls?
on the floors.
Oh. They drove in here. They would
drove.
not have gotten a car in here from the skylight. At least not likely.
Well, what would they
Well,
have
like a-
driven inside here anyway?
Like a scooter? Or a bike? Or like an RC car?
Nice
18
try.
on engineering. I only rolled a 9.
It would have to be a small car.
Probably a clown car if I were to guess.
Oh.
Kyoko kind of chuckles
Wow.
at that and is envisioning this and says,
Well, I guess we know where our lead is taking us.
I mean, the
suppose we're
poster
going-
showed a bunch of them people cramming into a car. I imagine it might work similar to your bag.
yeah, Kyoko looks at Azuka.
I think we're going to be heading to the circus.
Chuck is so disappointed. He's like, I don't want
Azuka just smiles quietly.
And with that, what do you say to the detective?
If we find anything else, we'll share it with you detectives, and hopefully likewise.
Sounds good. I'll be looking forward to reading your report back at the station.
Kyoko smiles. I will as well.
All right.
And she'll continue walking.
Well, let's get you guys out of here. As he escorts you out to the front, you see the gnome get distracted by other pieces of things that have been taken. He goes into one exhibit and comes out even more defeated, just like, all of these things. You see Victor kind of put a hand on her shoulder.
Key question, the T-Rex was completely gone, right? Cool.
Kyoko will say to the gnome on the way out, the T-Rex that you had, it did fight a good fight trying to protect what you have here.
What?
So.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
I think
I didn't know it could move. Okay.
I
didn't know it could move. Interesting.
kind of imagine that might be one of the monsters that they have at the circus.
Well, we'll find out.
As you guys exit the building out under the police tape, walk out to the street that is now adjacent to Central Park with the big circus tent off in the distance to your left.
We driving, Betsy?
Oh, sorry, she's stuck in traffic. I think we should walk.
I
All right.
summon Red and we walk.
All right.
I'll keep driving her. I'll make sure she's at the circus at some point.
So did you guys get the emerald?
Unfortunately, we did not. Someone else has it.
Darn.
Hey, actually, I have an idea.
Yeah.
How would you like to be a monster?
What? Men?
Well,
Kinda
let's
turns
see
to
where
you.
he's going with this.
I mean, the circus has monsters, right? An easy way to potentially get inside information is telling them a monster that they could possibly showcase, you know, get in good. Find out if there's a T-Rex in there. Red can give us insights. I think it might be a good play.
So you want to sell me to a circus?
You're
Like
fine.
pretend to. We wouldn't actually.
Dinosaur.
We
I'm
wouldn't actually
in.
sell you.
I mean, if you take some of their money and they take Red, I mean, you can just desummon him and summon him somewhere else.
Man, this is the perfect
Easiest
time.
thing in the world, getting you out.
He
Well, I'll
could
leave the
just
selling
be
to
inside Red like he did last time.
To y'all.
I think it'd be a
That's a
bit
good
easier.
idea, Zuka.
Well, if I stay outside him and with you guys, we got a telepathic link.
Yes, but and I'll look to the circus. I imagine the tent alone is definitely bigger than 100 feet, right?
Oh, yeah, that is the thing. I would need to be within 100 feet of him at all times.
Yeah.
It is not the largest tent in the world. It's not something you'd see that we can have today because of just restraints while traveling. So it is roughly 75 feet across for the giant tent, as you can see from the distance. The carnival that is out and around it, probably a bit farther.
Honestly,
Yeah, I
Azuka
think-
has a great idea of you going back inside Red.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
You guys plan for a second? I gotta grab something.
Perhaps one of y'all could be its trainer. Make it a
Well,
twofer.
Chuck
Join
kind
the
of tightens up
circus.
his suit. I am a businessman by trade, after all.
Well then, I think the two of you know what your missions are. Meanwhile, I think maybe Azuka, you and I could do some scouting elsewhere.
Like walking around the carnival. Yeah, let's do it.
We'll be on the
Hey, Azuka,
lookout. She's
me a
gonna
favor.
re-describe the characters to you guys again. I think it's like there's a dwarf, there's a clown, which there's gonna be a lot of clowns, huh?
Figure.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mask. But I think she could tell that it was like an older gentleman under the mask.
Mhm.
So
You said it was like an older elf.
yeah, an older,
possibly elven man. And then there was a fourth one, right?
I remember the fourth one.
I don't
What
know.
were you about to say, Chuck?
If there's a chance to fight a clown, can I at least shoot it before you punch it in the face?
Oh, yeah, sure. If you're not around, I'll probably have to deal with it myself. But if we're both around at the same time, yeah, I'll let you take the first hit.
Cool. I've always wanted to put a clown out of my misery.
You know, you say a lot of really creepy things sometimes, Chuck. That's almost as worrying as just clowns in general.
All right.
Kai, there was just the clown person, the dwarf, the man in the black coat with a mask. And was there a fourth person? I thought there was a fourth.
Nope.
No, just the three. Okay. And I do have another question for you. I would not have shared this with other people, but like the black tendrils, were they similar to the tendrils that I saw in that one future that didn't actually happen that Azuka died in?
The one from Morian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh, I didn't want to bring it up with everyone around, but in the floor in the room with where the emerald was meant to be, I think, the toothless room. I think it's way harder to mistake that one. The toothless room in the ground, singeing it backwards because I guess they must have been imprinted from an object, but I saw some names. I mentioned it before, demon names, and two of them I recognized and could read: Zura and Orcus. Orcus is new to me. I just recognized it because I'm able to read the language. But Zura, I read that on the floor and on some of the tattoos and markings on the bodies. And Nemesis mentioned them before they, transformed. And I think they had something to do with the Blood Wars.
Do I recognize any of those names? I know I've recognized the Duke to some extent before in the past. Do I recognize any of those other names?
Of Zura, Orcus, and all that. Go ahead and roll me occultism.
Or the Blood War?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that occultist?
Occultism, correct.
14.
You know that they sound like the names for demon lords.
Okay.
That's about it. That's all I get.
All I
Blood
know
War,
is,
is a fight between devils and demons.
that well, you said they're demon lords, and the Blood War is a fight between them.
Yeah, between the devils and demons. They're not really fans of each other.
Well, and they took that right on in here as well. Moving to the new world.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's relevant, but I just wanted to bring it up because it seems like some names are cropping up in multiple locations from multiple people.
As you're having this conversation, Kyoko, roll me perception.
All right. 25.
25 is what you needed.
Ooh, okay.
As this is happening, and you're the only person to have seen this, one of the clowns across the street that's handing out flyers finishes handing out his flyers, turns around, kind of makes a little pose, looks up at the building, and then starts walking back, and he has the cut in the center drama comedy mask, similar to what you saw on the previous night.
I don't mean to cut you off, Azuka, but I think we found our clown. And Kyoko will point the direction and begin heading that direction.
What should we do? Should we, catch him? Or just, trail him?
Azuka's already sprinting. Just fully sprinting at this clown.
Really?
This
clown has started
Super
walking
obvious.
towards... This clown has started walking towards the carnival. If you want to run to catch up to it, you're going to have to run across a street through a park, over a thing. Like, you're going to have to be really going for it. So let's get a... Okay, you guys see Azuka just bolt across.
Oh boy, we're going.
Oh god, sometimes you need to think before you do things. And Chuck will start walking.
I will hop on Red, and Red will start.
Just thumping his way through.
Yeah, because Red moves slightly quicker than me.
As Red gets up to the street, he has to like turn to the side to get through the bumper-to-bumper traffic. You guys push into the field as you see like other clowns walking around from the circus with a nat 20 perception.
31. Jeez.
I will say, let me ask you for when things you two roll, okay?
Yeah, but this is...
I know. Okay.
I want to make sure I'm walking towards where he's going and not at him, the clown.
Okay. You know directly from his positioning with that nat 20, he's going directly for the main 10. Cool. Good nat 20. Very helpful in this situation. You guys run through the carnival as you guys see bobbing for apples, dart boars being thrown, archery from far away, spears being thrown. You see the little duck game, and someone has a little bow and arrow, and someone has an airsoft pellet. There's all of these different things. There's just an arm wrestling booth. There's a lot of fun things that would happen at a circuit that we don't even have to talk about because you guys aren't going to go through it because Chuck was able to see that he's going straight for the main tent. So, as you go around, you see all of these different clowns, all with different styles of the drama mask. One with just full happy, some with full sad, some with 3/4 changing between different emotions. And as you get into the main tent, you see the clown car going around with a crowd as a elven person is walking on a tightrope going through this performance. And you see on the far side a door close as like the little ball that was on the top of the head go into the doorway. And Chuck with a nat 20 would know that that's the person.
Kyoko's following them. They're all faster. I think she's gonna find a moment to transform into fox form because it's probably more agile.
Okay, we can say on the way over, you like ducked behind a bush, transformed really quick, and were able to get in. So you do have your fox form going. There is a performance going on, and you need to have to cross the floor to get to the door there. It's between two different stanchions for seats. You hear the as the person is up on the tightrope. Just
whoa. Circusy music. I don't think I do. I've got like this.
This could work as the tightrope walker is going across. You have the whoa, and the crowd goes, oh, and then they catch themselves and go back in. And then as the music builds again, they go, whoa, start falling to the other side as the crowd goes, oh, yet again, as then they right themselves as they're walking through. The car driving around, one clown falls out as the car is now going in a perfect circle, turning constantly. And he's trying to figure out how to stop the car. And then he goes, I got it. And then he goes and runs next to it, opens up the back door and pulls out another clown that he then closes the back door for. And then he brings him into the center and they're running side by side to this car being like, how do we stop this thing? What's going on? Let's get our friend. As they go in and grab another clown out of it. Say, hey, do you know what to do? And they start getting more and more clowns out of this car as it just keeps going. And after like 14 to 15 clowns that are just chilling there, all deciding how to stop this car.
So we have to get across this like area where this is being
There's
like
a big performance right in the middle of what's happening. You guys can either stay for the end of it and wait or chase in now.
With the 31 nat 20, does Chuck know if that car is the car? Like, does the treads match?
That would be an entirely separate roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would that be
I want to go through
engineering
this.
roll?
I want to go through this act. I'm just gonna go onto the other side somehow.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I could acrobatics, like walk my way through dodging the entertainers.
Okay. Go for it if you would like to.
Roll for it.
Both rolling.
Yeah.
Roll for it.
So you want to
We
roll
said the name of the show.
acrobatics to dodge your way, Assassin's Creed style, through this crowd of clowns to get through the performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just going to walk up in the middle of this performance to a group of clowns in the center stage just to go through. Love it.
28.
Okay.
24.
So you guys see as Chuck and Azuka start walking towards the center of the crowd of clowns as the car goes right by you as you guys hop into the center ring of it as you're just trying to cross straight through. You hear people from the crowd going like, "What are you doing? Get out of the ring, you fools! I paid money for this, don't ruin it!" Like just people yelling at you guys to get out of the performance, and the clowns like as you get close like, "Hey buddy, what are you doing? Come on man, we gotta get out of here. What are you doing? Hey, you gonna help us get this car? Come on, get back to your seats." You're trying to walk through. And as you try to bump around them, one guy just like tries to trip you. You're like, "Hey, get back to your seats, man." Let's go ahead and make a reflex saving throw as clowns attempt to trip you.
We both got a 20.
That's so funny.
I love that. They go to trip and you dodge out of the way into another clown, bump that one, and he actually goes up and falls into the clown car that is now going and still spinning in circles. And the two more come out and like, "Hey there, kid, what are you doing? Why are you doing? Have you been drinking too much today? What's going on here?"
I'm not saying anything, just trying to get across. I just gonna like give a little wave at them and as a keep and like a little silent like sorry as I say sorry, apologize to the clown that fell in front of the car and try to get across still.
As you get to the far side of this group of clowns, one of them comes up behind you, he's like, "Don't ruin the act, kid!" and like kicks you in the back, pushes you out to the outside of the ring. He's like, "Get out of here!" And you guys are now on the other side. As a piece of popcorn gets thrown, just punk.
Kyoko's gonna run because it's like a tent that they're running through the middle of the act. Can I go on the outside of the tent and go around the other side?
Sure.
Okay.
Very
that's what Kyoko's
easily.
gonna do. Yeah.
We want to do the incorrect answer, okay? It's a more entertaining and fun one.
No, I think it's
yeah.
great. Also, like we can try to go, or Kyoko's gonna try to go around the other side to cut him off.
I think I will go with Kyoko because I'm like, I've got a giant rock monster. I don't think I can send it into the middle of the ring.
If you're next to me, then I think Kyoko just says to you, "You go right, I go left." Try to cut him off.
Okay, got it.
And Kyoko will, go one side and then hopefully Min goes the other.
The fox goes one way.
Yeah.
Mintala goes the other. And
the
as
rest
you
of
guys
them are in the
pass
center.
the crowd, you see one kid go, "Whoa, look at the tails. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that, Mom." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's very pretty. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Oh, that guy's high up there." And one person as like Red is walking by is like, "Yo, look at this hunk of rock. Oh God, that thing is massive." Red's just like,
These guys like me. I think I might like the circus.
"Just make your way around." And
It's always an option.
through different means, you all make it to the door.
Is it like a door or a flat?
Go in.
Who's
It's just a
walking,
door.
right? Okay.
I'm
You
assuming
open up the
whoever
door.
goes first.
Who's going first?
I'm assuming Chuck and Azuka are there first because they were.
You want to roll for it, Drek?
Okay, what do you roll for it?
I'm rolling a d20.
Strength? How fast
It's a
do you
flat
go?
D20?
Like,
Yeah, just a
how-
flat
strength
D20.
is how
Roll
fast do you
for
run?
it.
I got a 12.
On a 5. So
Guess I'm
Chuck,
first.
Chuck makes it to the door first. You open it up and you see this tiefling dressed in very formal attire with a top hat. And in front of their desk is the clown that you had seen from your visions, talking to them. "Yes, I know things didn't go quite as planned, but who are you?"
Oh,
"And why are you in my office?"
you want to take this, Azuka?
I think it's just showing up. You're like, huh? What? Oh wait, this is our guy.
Hello. Oh, I'm the guy. Are you looking to join the circus? I can tell you would be quite the act. This would be wonderful. Oh,
Actually-
the half-monster child. It could be perfect. I can see you on the poster now. Do you do any tricks? Or we kinda like put you-
he can lay down and roll over.
I think most people can do that.
A little
I
basic,
can make
but-
a mean French toast.
cooking show with the half-monster. Interesting.
No, it's literally mean. It comes alive and tries to eat you.
If you're telling the truth, then I will take this meeting, but if not, we do have a performance going. Is there a point to this?
I don't think anything I can make can eat you.
He's not the act. As much as he looks like he could be the act, trust me, he's not worth dealing with. No, the act, and he'll step back and basically beckon for Red to come in.
I probably pick up what he's putting down and I quickly like scramble into position, curl up in a ball, upside down, nestled in Red's chest, and blink, light up, and then we walk in.
Okay. So I'm going to let you speak for Red and do all that this time. Well, now if this isn't a wonderful surprise, my name is Zolnathar, and you are interesting. Tell me everything.
No, his name's Red. I'm sure he can tell you more.
I am Red. I'm a rock monster.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Red.
What's really
Now, why
fun...
are you here?
Red, I'm sorry. Chuck's gonna, I'm just gonna try and knock a piece of Red off, and then give him another piece to absorb if possible. Will you let me hit you? Is the question.
That's the big
Sure,
question.
yeah. You can take a chunk of brick out.
And then he'll is there something here that you'd be okay with parting with?
The floor.
He'll grab the
It's
floor.
ground. It's just dirt.
Oh. He'll scoop up dirt and throw it at Red's face.
You're in control here, Bentham.
Red will attempt to incorporate it.
All you.
It just like can he do that? Can it like pull into his form?
Yeah, it can fill in the
just, like,
cracks.
Yeah, like splats on the face and then kind of like sort of absorbs in and fills in the cracks and like makes his face a bit smoother.
Now that's lovely. And I'm going to ask the question here. What can I do for you?
Oh, I figured I could sell you Red here as a monster for your act.
The clown next to him, the clown that Kyoko has seen, goes, "Oh, boss, that seems like a wonderful idea. We don't really have a big old monster ever since Clarence ran away. Oh, well, this would be better."
What's a Clarence? Also, I bet you Red's stronger than Clarence anyway.
Clarence was our blink dog. Oh, well.
Just blinked. Seems
Yeah,
like a
blink
pretty
over
lame
here, blink
trick.
over there, blinks everywhere.
Oh. I thought
It's a teleporting
blink.
dog. No, it like blinks out of existence
Like
and into
like a
existence.
normal dog
Place.
can blink.
Yeah, and most dogs can like when you mentioned the lay down roll over, like that's the thing most people can do as well.
Yeah,
Have you not met a blink dog? They're very cute. I'm really sorry about Clarence, by the way.
thank you. It was a hard time for me emotionally.
No,
I can
understand.
tell
I
by
lost a
your
pet recently as
half
well.
sad face.
You're funny. Are you also proposing an act? Okay.
I mean, I could, but
Chucky is great at comedy. If you do like have any stand up,
We deal
There we
more
go
in
with
the
that.
physical comedy.
yeah. Anyway, you interested or not? I got other suitors and other opportunities if
Certain that this would be a wonderful addition to our circus. We can discuss this later and not in the middle of
Oh.
a performance.
also my friend here is a great sharpshooter. That's definitely
Oh.
like a physical kind of act. You can do that. Anything and everything they can hit, probably with their eyes closed. They can do trick shots. I imagine they can do, I haven't seen them do this before, but with their physique and their skill, they can probably do like no scopes. I don't know all the technical terms for the gunmanship he has, but it is pretty incredible, right, Chuck? And I'll like look over to Chuck.
He's staring daggers at you.
And again, this is a wonderful thing to come to me with for later.
Okay, yeah, what time?
A man, and excuse me, as you hear like trumpets start to go out, I will be right back. Theramis, go and keep these people company. Closes the door behind him. Welcome, folks. Thank you. And he starts going off and giving his spiel for the circus outside. Not just you guys in the room.
Kyoko would see them when they walk out then, because Kyoko didn't go in the room.
Yeah. As you see Zolnathar, the tiefling ringmaster, leave, but there's still the clown inside.
Does Zolnathar look familiar?
No, not somebody that you've seen before.
Okay, so they're not of question. All right.
So what didn't go to plan, clown?
What do you mean?
Oh, you were talking about something when we rudely barged in, and I'm highly curious of what you speak of.
Nothing but a circus trick that didn't go right.
Ah.
You know.
Does that have something to do with driving the clown car that...
It did. We could only fit 29 instead of 30. It seems Billy Bob has been really just packing on that pizza. You know, New York.
Billy Bob. What a name. What a name.
Right?
Hey,
and as you look at him, the smiling face and the frown face switch sides.
Do you know of any, like, I've heard these crazy stories about tooth fairies. You know anything about tooth fairies?
I know that they're devious creatures from the Fae.
They're, like, mean, right? They, like, pull your teeth out and, like, consume them or collect them or something, right?
I wouldn't know anything about that, mister.
Do you know if they could kill people?
I think anything has the potential to do harm to anything else given the right amount of gumption.
As he's asking these questions, I want to try and perceive, like, his reaction, insight, basically.
You can't see any physical part of him. His face is covered by a mask. His body is covered in a full clown suit.
The beauty of a clown.
Great, love it.
Kyogo's watching the door to make sure that no one's coming in. That just so you're aware. If that comes into play at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Is that really just a mask? It just switched sides, or is that part of your face?
Well, it's the face I choose to wear.
What would happen if it got removed?
I'd have to put it back on.
So nothing would happen to you?
Nope. Don't try it.
Yeah, but I want to know what you look like.
Here, let me help you. He grabs the mask and pulls it off really suddenly. And so it's out in front of his face. And he goes off to the side, and it's another mask behind it, and the illusion disappears of the mask in front of it. He goes, ah.
It's like very generally claps. That was pretty good.
I appreciate that.
Crunch, crunch.
I want to like look to Chuck, having witnessed this holding interaction, kind of furrow their brow, and then turn back to the clown here. I think we're just gonna ask, do you know anything about the robbery that happened at the museum?
When you say that, he goes, what? Me? No, of course not. Why would I even consider doing something like that?
We had witnesses that placed you at the scene of the crime.
Well, that would be impossible.
Why is that?
Then
because I wasn't there.
Where were you?
Not there.
We'd love to take you in for question then. You won't mind. If you're not guilty, you have nothing to worry about.
Red, grab him.
Well, I don't think that's a good idea.
Red goes to grab him.
Initiative.
Let's roll initiative.
Cloud fighting.
Oh, God. I did not think I'd have to go and grab their character sheets.
I was trying to just convince them to just come with us.
He wasn't going to.
You guys didn't. You just went straight for the accusation.
Exactly,
You guys have been
you went
dancing
straight for
around
the
it
grab.
so much, and then just go grab him.
You went straight for the grab. You didn't even have a chance to say yes or no
God.
yet.
Where is it?
Unfortunately, I rolled really bad on initiative.
I did too. I natty one.
Oof.
I did okay.
There you are.
I still did worse than
absolutely
Chuck,
destroyed.
despite not natty wanting because of how bad I am at initiative.
Gonna have to just be using this. All right. So oh, they used the different sheet. Okay, so initiative with that. Yes, I think Kyoko gets to go first. Yes. So what are you doing, Kyoko?
Well, I think I just rolled because so that I could get in there, but I think she doesn't know what's happening quite yet because she's on the outside of the door.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think she's mostly just on the lookout, like if she hears or sees anything.
Okay. As that happens, Red jumps towards him and he goes, whoop, pushes himself on top of the head and he squashes down into nothing on the floor and then pops up from the floor on the other side of you guys using a Misty Step. Goes, well, this is where I say goodbye. Opens the door.
Well, I see them. Then I
Turns
think,
and sees the fox.
yeah,
Okay.
What can I do? I will try to slow them.
Okay, go ahead and cast the spell.
And my DC's, I think, yeah, that is right, 21.
And it's a fortitude.
Yes, fortitude.
Then I rolled a 27.
Then on a failure, the target is slowed for 1 minute.
So as you do that,
Oh,
You see-
they would succeed the save, so they're slowed for one.
Oh,
round.
slowed for 1 round. So they're only slowed for 1 round.
so as you cast that, you see the hands hit the side of the face and the Home Alone kind of like shocked expression pops up onto the mask. He's like, oh no. As he starts to like tumble to the side to do a cartwheel out. And the people in the stands now see this slow motion clown running from the room.
And with my last action, Kyoko will try to like grab them with her, like a bite, like grab their cloth or something like that.
Okay. Go for a grapple, which would be a athletics versus their fortitude DC, which is 20.
Oh, I'm bad. This is not going to happen, but this is just what she would do. I feel like she slowed them and
give it
she's
a
going to
try.
try to grab them, but this is not going to go well. A 3, yeah. I
Oh,
knew
no.
before I rolled it's going to be bad. Because it's my
That
third
is technically a
action.
crit fail.
I love
Yeah.
the idea
Oh,
of
that's
this.
true.
So what's going to happen is you're going to latch on to the ankle of this slowed clown running away, and you're just going to get dragged. So you're just like holding it
So
like
like
a
a-
dog, just like,
Like a fox is just getting dragged by a clown.
Yep. The slow motion
If it's
clown.
a circus, it's
It
fine.
fits the circus. So, I don't believe
okay,
slow
not
effects
to
DC.
be-
I think it's just one less action.
I believe so.
I don't know.
Also, not
do
to
it,
be
do it
the
on
rules
the
guy.
If you're on on their sheet, you should be able to click slowed and see if it affects the roll.
It's not through Roll20.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
I can check real quick. But also, not to be the rules guy, but technically, on a crit fail, the enemy has an option to grapple back and just grab them if they want, or they fall prone, depending on whichever one you want.
We're kind of doing half that with like Kyoko being taken
dragged,
with
yeah.
the clown. And then it is Red.
Okay. Red's gonna run up and try and grapple.
Go for it. Red just leaps over to try to grab this clown, who is now slowed. Go ahead and make an athletics
Then-
check.
Okay, yeah. 14.
Does not cut it. As you reach to go, you see that Kyoko is there, and you tried not to hurt Kyoko, so you dodged to the side at the last minute, and with that, you're not able to get it as this guy is now bounding away.
Oh boy.
So that's 2 actions: 1 to run to catch up, and 1 to grab.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I'm going to. I think I'm going to do Evolution Surge.
And Drac, you are right. I
it's-
did get the initiative mixed up between you and Mintala.
Yeah.
So you'll be going right after.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use Evolution Surge to boost Red's speed, giving him plus 20 feet.
Additionally, Min's was the lowest, so I should have gone before Min.
You had a nat 1.
Yeah, but I rolled 14 versus.
It is still rolled
Yeah, but
higher
you're-
than me. Oh, okay.
But
that
yours
one just
sets it
means-
down as a failure, which to me is you just roll
okay.
last.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's my remaining 2 actions. Is I boost him. His speed is now 45.
Perfect. Azuka.
Yeah, might as well. I'm gonna try and grapple him with my chains.
Okay. I
Might
love
as
the
well.
thought
We'll
of
try and
bursting
grappling.
out the door into the crowd, then Fox Rockman chain whip. Like, all right.
Get over
Run to
here.
get
What is
within
that?
range and the athletics check to grapple. So that's the 2 actions.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'll move it against a range, and then grapple. Athletics check to grapple. Okay. 24.
That does beat it. So you're able to, I think for the first time, use the chain on the first attempt to
Yeah, on the first
actually
attempt,
wrap
sure.
around his other leg that Kyoko is not on. He goes, uh-oh, and you pull, and he gets tripped down onto the ground, and he is now wrapped up.
And I'll as everyone's watching, I'll be like, no need to worry. They're under arrest under suspicion of being related to the robbery at the museum. It's all fine. We've got this handled. As I walk out of the room and properly secure this person, I'm going to
Roll
try.
me diplomacy or performance to try to convince the crowd that you are not kidnapping this clown.
Oh,
Because none of you have any indication
Wants to
of
kidnap a
badges.
clown?
I don't know.
diplomacy or performance? I think they're both the same for me. I'll go with diplomacy. So let me see if I have anything that will actually be of use here. No. Okay, yes, I'll go with diplomacy. 7.
Oh.
I think reroll is needed for that. You gave me
would
yours.
you
though.
like a hero point?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll take a hero
Great
point.
idea.
I'm giving you mine.
I'm bound to roll better than a 2.
I love that
Here
we're
comes
using a
the
hero.
nat
point.
one.
Don't invoke that.
15.
That's better.
These are just normal citizen
Yeah, they are
peoples.
normal humans.
So they go,
Or peoples. They may not be humans.
I kind of expected that from this crowd.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these
and yeah.
vagrants, I totally get it. Dude, you're doing a good job.
Thanks. And I will use the rest of my turn.
You have rope, right?
Yeah, to bind this person up. Specifically their hands. I think working with Cade, I've understood the importance of hands when it comes to spellcasters, and just witnessed them cast a spell. So yeah, I'm gonna try and like bind their hands, and I think their fingers as well. Drac know there's a way to do this where you can bind the fingers where if they struggle, it'll tighten the knots around their fingers, so it makes it even harder for them to move them. So I'm thinking.
Okay.
Why does
could be
Drac
thinking
know
that.
this?
I was
Let's
I
not
was
get
really
into Drac's personal life right now, okay? Let's play this game. Go ahead and roll me a DC for tying somebody up. So go ahead and roll.
yeah.
I guess it would be your thievery.
Yeah, thievery is close to that. Oh, and that one.
So, as this is
bound
happening,
to happen.
no.
it is Chuck's turn. To the last thing before.
Chuck.
I'm thinking.
I like
Chuck
that his name
walks
is
out and
Chuck.
shoots him in the
He
face.
He chucks things. Chuck chucks.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How many bullets could a woodchuck shoot if a woodchuck could shoot bullets?
I'm gonna roll to assist and do terribly.
So you go up and you run up on him and try to tie him up.
Help tie him up, yeah.
As it is now their turn, and you just see them go.
That's one action.
One to run up, one to assist. Got one left.
Yeah, I have one more. I'm gonna take his mask off.
You reach to grab it. Roll me a
And your hand gets eaten. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You go to pull it away, and there's another mask underneath. You have one in your hand, and it just fizzles into an illusion. And he goes, magic! As he breathes in, his lungs start to expand. He goes, "Phew," and like a big gust of wind comes out as he gets blasted along the ground, tries to break free from this grapple.
So that's 3 actions.
With a 6 on the first roll. I love the idea of this. So what happens is he tries to break free of the grapple as he's using this spell to blow a gust of wind and is unable to. So he pulls you along with him as he launches himself on the ground away from the tent out into the carnival. And he's now just sitting on the ground and he's trying to inchworm his way away. And you're still just like right there.
That's hilarious.
I guess it's still initiative turn, right? So
Yeah.
We can go ahead and get out of initiative. You guys have bound him up.
Okay.
And you now are away from the tent.
Because I was going to say Kyoko is going to use her inside ropes with the tail and grab him. But if we got him, we're good.
No.
That spell.
Okay, you have my attention.
I'm gonna reel him in. Honestly, I think I'm gonna reel him in very fish-like. Like I think Azuka's, despite the very embarrassing attempt to tie him up with rope, is kind of having fun with this and sees people watching and is gonna I don't know, make an act of it and kind of reel them in as if it's like a fishing rope as they draw them in.
Oh God.
That's too funny.
Once he's pulled in, Red will just pick him up and hold him, just facing outwards.
Yes.
Well then.
And Azuka's gonna do that, the pose where just the classic pose where they have a fish and holding it to show the size and thumbs up. That's gonna be Azuka beside them. Just for anyone watching.
Mary Theramis at your service.
Mary what?
Theramis is the name.
Theramis, oh.
Yes. We're gonna question you.
That seems appropriate.
Kyoko will wait. Chuck.
Who just walks outside of the tent.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. We've got a bad cop here, but just to balance things out, waiting for the good cop.
You're from the cops. Well.
Not really. This is the saying, right? The good cop, bad cop.
How about kind cop and you let me go?
How about you tell us who hired you or how you were involved in the robbery?
I was not involved in any robbery. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were there when the Tooth Fairy stole teeth.
No.
I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to watch them and say, what does the name Zura mean to you?
Absolutely nothing.
Deception.
There was not a shift in posture. There's not a shift in body language whatsoever. You believe in that.
Sense motive.
Go for it if you want to do a perception check.
Oh, nat 1.
No,
14.
no clue.
Oh, we had a.
Can't tell they're a clown. They got a mask.
Time for that one.
Kyoko, you get the temporal vibrations and stuff off this guy if you wanted to attempt to see.
Ooh, okay. Oh, fortune teller. 23.
With a 23, you touch them and you see into the museum, into the fight with the T-Rex, down into the fight with the 2 guards, over to where the Emerald, you see all that. Then afterwards, you see them escaping in a clown car, driving through the back alleys of the streets, looking to the right, talking to the wolf, to looking back and seeing a dwarf with this large hammer holding back all of the bones from the T-Rex as they're going from side to side. Very obvious that they were the ones who stole it.
Okay. Kyoko will, since they're not getting anywhere with that, just says in their head to them.
Listen up. We know that you are with the wolf and what you've done at the museum. So just fess up, tell us what you know, or, well, things won't be looking so good for you.
Huh. That was not a voice I've heard in my head. There's been others, but not that one. Where are you? And looks down to the fox. Oh. So you want to meet the wolf?
Yeah.
And you're not cops.
Do we really look like cops? Listen, I knew clowns were dumb, but I thought you might have some know-how considering you robbed a place.
That's true, sir. I'm incredibly stupid. You should just let me go. I have nothing to offer you.
I could use some target practice. And he'll kind of flash his gun.
He kind of like points his fingers up from between the chains. He goes, oh, but I've been drawn on you this whole time. Anyway, yes, I can arrange a meeting if you let me go.
I feel like it just makes more sense for you to just take us there.
Well, I'd have to go and find him, and then I could just say, like, how about I can meet you guys in a back alley in about 4 hours?
Or you would just disappear and run off.
Me? You have my honor, sir. As he tries to salute, it just gets caught by the chains. He goes,
You're a clown. Clowns have no honor.
excuse you, we have a specific clown of code conduct that we need to follow at all times. To keep serious silliness is very proper for us. We are known as lawful comedic folk.
That was actually pretty good. I thought that was pretty funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The day I trust a clown, I myself become the clown. And that's not going to happen.
And what a wonderful world you live in. Okay, so seriously, you gonna let me go?
Look, seriously, you're going to direct us in the position of where we can find Mr. Wolf. And, you get to keep all your limbs.
Ah. Well, that seems like a very appropriate course of action. I have grown quite attached to them. As you see the faceplate just go into a smile, just stare at you.
You'll see like the little fangs of the fox with like a little grin.
I like that one. You're growing on me. Now stand up. Hop your way to it.
Okay. He, without actually doing anything, just fully stands upright. Goes, time to do this. And he starts like bouncing on the tips of his feet as he's trying to like bounce his way out of the circus with you guys.
I'm just like on a leash as I'm walking down.
And there is like a rough like like every little bounce as they're going out. So
like
we've actually been meeting.
Like,
So
he's
go
a
and see
pure
my friend.
breed.
So that's gonna be fun. We can just go over here.
Probably pretty good at the hopping because he's got such the long clown shoes to give him that extra push.
Exactly.
They're like moon boots.
Can I
Exactly.
roll for Betsy to show up where outside the tent?
Sure. Go ahead.
What do I roll?
We will say roll crafting. It's the manipulation of a craft of a mechanical thing.
23.
Yeah. Press a button, get the turns. You can see it driving from the Ritz-Carlton down the road, and you're able to get it right up in front of you.
Seems we have a
I
ride.
see you also have a car of magical wonders. as he whistles up, and then you hear as the clown car from the tent drives up to him. He goes, "And this is my friend, Bartholomew."
Betsy and Bartholomew.
Red, I think you have some competition.
And you see
What's
him kinda,
Red's
lean-
reaction?
in like the telepathic connection, like Mentala's like, "Stay calm, Red. Stay calm. They're really terrible anyway. They're probably taken."
Cars can have children. It's so small.
Okay, we're fine. We're good. Everything's fine.
And you see Theramus kind of leads to one side and opens up his pocket as the car just pops into the pocket.
That's handy.
There we go.
Handy.
Here we go. As he bounces towards Betsy. If you get inside, and he says, "Well, to find Wolf, we need to get to... we need to go to Larrick's shop, to the Old Rowan."
I don't know this place. Do you know where that is, Chuck?
So this place didn't exist pre-tear, so Chuck wouldn't have any knowledge of it. Rowan is the name of the old world. A lot of people use it colloquially just saying the old world, but you're just like, I don't know this place. He goes, around the corner, down the street, go 4 blocks and take a left. Directs you right up to this shop that has all of these different curiosities in the window with like these little hung charms on the inside. And there is a older dwarf in the back who is missing one eye on one side and half of his face is covered in a burn scar. What do you guys do? And here we are.
Kyoko will follow the others in.
Yeah, I'll turn to Chuck and just go, should I let him go? It would be kind of weird if we just walk in with chains wrapped around him, right?
I'm
actually getting quite comfy. I think this can work.
Hey.
We can guard him, and you can, or whatever, or Red can, and I can come in.
I'm not really much of a
from Red's
talker.
chest.
I'm not really much of a talker, so I can just do the guarding.
Okay.
I'll
Red
talk
can do
to
it too.
him.
I hop back out and like dim the light and jump up, activate the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we splitting up? Is that what's happening?
We're going to split the party.
I guess.
Sounds like
I think Red and Azuka are staying in the car, and everyone else is going in.
Kyoko is gonna say,
I don't know if that's a wise choice. From what I saw, this fellow, well, might not be an easy one to take down if we need to.
So, well, any kind of civil discussion we might want to have might go out the window if I walk in with this guy chained up.
Fair enough.
So I just want to, I guess, like, have that in mind.
Worst case scenario. Betsy's outside. I'm sure Betsy could chase him down.
So I
She's very
should.
capable.
Well, we can split the body if that's what you want. I'm just providing that as an option.
I'm saying we can unchain him, and if he chooses to go along with it, he chooses to go along with it. If not, Betsy can come in down. So we can all go inside.
Okay.
If that's agreeable to you, Clown.
Far be it from me to be interjecting my thoughts into your social dynamics.
I'm more or less saying, are you going to run or not?
Well, like this, I'd be hopping.
No, I'm saying if we... You really weren't paying attention, were you? I don't trust you.
Drag him out of the car, like still in the chains, and then kind of like put him in front of us before releasing the chains off of him.
You loosen the chains?
I release them. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I can move again. Feels just like it did before you tied me up.
This way. And he walks into the shop. Opens up and there's the old dwarf in the back. Ah, Teramis, you're back here. And I see you have friends.
Yeah, we're looking for the wolf.
You ask so open and candidly about stuff.
Teramis just goes, guys, please, a little bit of decorum. We are here to see the big guy.
Chuck visibly face palms as if somebody wouldn't know what they're referring to.
Goes, Teramis, take him upstairs. So you guys go into the back, and as you're going through, you notice like all of these old world trinkets and a little bit. It's kind of like a pawn shop of things from Orowan. Takes him to the back, takes stairs.
Now, just one moment.
Goes up and he knocks 3 times, then 2 times, then 1 time. Goes, coming in, and he just opens the door and walks in. And then closes it behind him.
So leaving us outside.
Yeah.
Do we all need to knock?
Couldn't someone have like put their hand in and not let the door shut? I'm not.
No one's
strong.
saying anything, so.
That's what I'm saying. Like one of you guys could have like. Are you just gonna let him shut the door on us?
I mean, Chuck wouldn't let him shut the door on us, but I figured it was already shut because the DM said it was already shut.
Well, you can interrupt and be like, "Can I?"
What is it? A reflex save or something?
You can go for that, sure.
Athletics.
I don't know. If
It'll be
athletics
against
good.
their reflex DC.
I rolled a 16, a whopping 3 on the dice.
That does not cut it as he closes the door in, and you guys, I'm assuming, rush up the stairs at him.
Yeah.
You do that, and he's like in the window, halfway out, just like,
Now, see, there's an explanation for this. And I feel like
it's this. As he like falls out the window.
I mean, if I can, depending on how far it is, I would like to try and grapple him again with my chains.
So he is about halfway out, so I'm going to give him some cover for his AC. Go ahead and make the athletics check to try to get him tied up again.
I will inside ropes try to grab him with my tail.
I'm going to say one person gets an opportunity because it's just a doorway, so it's not like everybody can be in and around and like,
gotcha.
and doing
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Okay. Then he gets it.
I'm seeing if there's anything I can use to boost this.
I just hate Insight Rope so much as just a name.
I
Just a
know.
thought.
I love it. It's great.
Don't worry,
So
guys.
now I
I'm
know
gonna
what
use
it
my
is.
inside ropes.
No,
Ripping them
I
out
don't
of you.
want.
I've had
I
it
don't want
since like the first episode, and
Yep.
Kai was like, "I can't wait to see how you do that."
26.
I was honestly just like, how are you going to do this? With a 26, you do wrap him up, but he is falling, so I need a strength check to like pull him or hold him there.
Yeah. 20.
With a 20, he's not being pulled back into the room, but he is like slowly going down as you are getting pulled towards him.
Okay. Also, for people in chat, that was 18 on the die.
Mhm.
I'm not very strong. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try pull him.
20 is a pretty
Forward.
good roll.
It is.
I'm just gonna try and pull him in.
Okay. With that, we can say Red just comes in and woof, pulls him in. He gets launched in, covered in the chains, back onto the floor. It's
like I said, there was an explanation and a plan.
And it
Okay,
failed.
we're listening.
Well, the plan wouldn't work if I told you.
Yeah, the plan was to escape.
Yes.
But anyway, we're here now. This is where the wolf lives. As you look around and you see, just like a normal living abode, Looks like somebody's been living here, maybe sleeping on the couch.
Do we see
Where is
this
he?
wolf person?
The place looks as if it has been recently lived in, but is anybody going to go and inspect the apartment?
Yeah, and Min said something as well.
I just said, where is he?
Well, he could be out and about, but this is where he lives, so...
23. Kyoko's sniffing, looking around, listening.
I'm
As
going to
you
do a detect
sniff,
magic.
An odor comes to your nose, especially in fox form, and you're kind of like sneaking around as you get into the back room and you see a bedroom, and you're sniffing and it smells awful. You go in and there is a dead woman on a bed, bite marks all over her neck and arms.
There's a dead body over here.
Oh, that's not good.
And as that happens, a body gets up, and these fangs just, and this rattling, her body starts to convulse. And the voice in Azuka's head.
Oh, that's where I remember Zura from. Vampires.
Is that where today's episode's ending?
And as the convulsion starts of this person's body, the camera flies away out through the alleyway and up into the sky as we end for today.
Oh boy.
Red.
I was thinking vampires when he mentioned prolonging their life.
Yeah, same.
Hmm.
But I was like, I don't know if Kyoko knows this, but I rolled poorly, so no.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I don't know if Azuka knows either, so I didn't bring it up.
Chuck doesn't know anything.
All right. Well, we hope that you all enjoyed today's very clown show of an episode. Can't get the words out. It's coming for me. And of course, we have some things to wrap up before we go do our after show. If you are a Patreon, you can watch that. But first and foremost, we would like to remind you all that we have a new show. A Fabled Craft Adventure begins Tuesday, June 6th, 10 a.m. Pacific. Please join us. It'll be right here, twitch.tv/roll4. Of course, we'll also upload to YouTube if you can't watch us live, but we hope you will tune in when we're live. We will have Bentham, Draconics, me as your DM, and Werewolf Feels, as well as Play Katie Play, who will be joining us. And they have made quite a crew of adventurers, and I'm excited for them to play through this new campaign. And of course, we want to thank our sponsor today. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. If you want to roll dice and play with your friends virtually, it is a great place. As you can see, that's how we've been rolling our dice, and that's how we have our character sheets. We've also done lots of map things with Roll20 in the past as well. So whatever your needs are, they have them. And of course, if you need to keep yourself a little warm, head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4 and get yourself some garb to keep yourself cozy. And we would like to thank our supporter today, which is Finley Shards. Thank you, Finley, so much for for supporting today's episode. Both S words, very confusing. Get some roll love in chat for Finley in chat. And if you want to become a supporter like Finley, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And that gets you access not only to being a supporter, but to our private GM'd games, like the one that Kai had GM'd for this. And you could be on the show, apparently.
Yep.
These were their
You
characters.
could be a
I'm sure
scary
we're gonna
clown.
We can talk about it in the after show, but I'm definitely curious. We also have character sheets out, background stories. If you want to check those out, definitely do so. We have some new stuff coming up as well, so stay tuned for those on our social as well as on our Patreon. And and you can also head on over to our Twitch and sub, and you can also use your Amazon Prime sub for free if you are an Amazon Prime user. And that gets you access to the VODs in advance as well as emotes. We saw a lot of door emotes happening today. And of course, you can head on over to our YouTube channel and become a YouTube member, where you get access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you can get access to a private Discord where I saw that they already made, the wiki folks already made a Fablecraft game roll for wiki page for the new show.
That's
so
awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
So quick.
And they already posted the the dice rolls as well, which is great. And I think they're not happy about the Tooth Fairy. So that's a sitch.
To be honest, I wasn't either. That was a gory moment.
Mouth and eye things.
Same.
What was
Like-
the spell that they used for that? Because I'm
Summon
so
Fae.
curious.
Yeah, you just summon
Fae?
fairies, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You can
little
choose
tooth
what they
fairies.
are. I'm
Mhm.
using that at some point.
Tooth
Not in
fairies
this campaign.
are crazy.
Yeah, not in this campaign. I don't even think I could have that spell.
And we know not everyone can support us in a monetary way, and please take care of you and yours first and foremost. But there's tons of non-monetary ways to support us, like watching us live here on Twitch, making clips while we're live. I'm curious to see what clips got made for today. And of course, you can watch us over on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment over there, as well as following us on Twitter, Facebook, liking, sharing, retweeting, and stuff. We tweeted out our announcement. If you want to give it some amplification, that would be great. And also checking out Fablecraft's Kickstarter and giving them some love as well. They've already hit 15 times their goal, but you know, the more money they have, the more they can make the game awesome, which is great. And with that, I'm going to let these lovely people say where you can find them at before we go record our after show, because not only are they amazing, our peers here, but they also do lots of great things elsewhere. So, to kick things off, we will start. We're going to go backward this time. Mintala, played by Bentham Plays. Where can people find you at when you're not sifting out magics and trying to hide in red?
You can find me on YouTube and on Twitch, where I go by Mangled Pork for reasons. And we do Barotrauma on Sundays, multiplayer. Continuing our campaign. We've been doing this for months now, and we're like most of the way to actually beating the game, which is cool. Now, we've beaten the game once, but it was before the full release when they didn't have an ending, which we didn't know till we got there. And then it's just like, the game ends, sorry, we're heading this later. Like, damn it. So we're doing it again, and we're going to get it this time. And then also, I've finished recording a show with The Wandering Inn, which I'm slowly revealing more tidbits out about. And this time I'm going to say that the RPG system we're playing in is the Aliens RPG.
Ooh. So you're going to die a lot. How many characters did you play?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's about panicking and dying.
Nice.
Awesome.
Secrets.
Anything else?
That's me.
All right. Next up, we've got Apocalypto 12, who plays Chuck Spadina. Where can people find you at when you're not playing good cop? Question mark. I don't know if you were really a good cop, but we'll question mark good cop.
You can find me on the Roll For It YouTube channel, where you can watch past episodes of Eaton Grange Estate and so many other things that I've been on. Thanks to the lovely crew here for having me on for multiple shows. But you can also check out my podcast called Go My Favorite Sports Team. And today we dropped our very first ever guest episode with the legendary water polo player Tony Acevedo.
Really
Incredible conversation, great interview. One of the best water polo players to ever come out of the United States, if not the very best.
Ooh.
So if you want to go check that out, you can watch video exclusively on Spotify, or you can listen to it wherever you pod your casts. Again, stealing from Colleen. So, but yeah, that's me. Follow me on socials at apocalypse_12, or you can search Tyler Scheid and you'll probably find me.
Next up, we've got Azuka, played by Draconics. Where can people find you at when you are not, I guess, roping people up? Tying people up?
Yeah, tying people up with chains. Yeah. Revealing my weird knowledge of how to tie people up. Well, when I'm not talking about that, you can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQES. I'm a TTRPG performer, writer, producer, everything and anything TTRPG related I am doing or will be doing. I'm also the project lead and a player on a campaign called Enemy of My Enemy over on Don't Play an RPG. It airs every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a Hunter the Reckoning Vampire the Masquerade mashup. We're having our penultimate episode tomorrow, so be there. Last episode was intense. we end up fighting a bunch of vampires and then fighting amongst ourselves, hunter versus vampire, because you can't really. It's tentative, you know, tentative truce. Tentative is really, really doing some work there. But you can see how that's gonna fall out and what weird, mysterious, supernatural stuff we're gonna have to team up to fight against tomorrow. So don't miss out. You can catch up on YouTube as well on Dame Playing RPG. They have a YouTube channel where they've been uploading all of the past episodes. So catch up there if you haven't already.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have our wonderful game master, Kai Bear. Where can people find you at when you are not, I don't know, clowning with us?
Clowning around.
Clowning up.
You can find me on all the big T's of social media, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter. I'm a voice actor, content creator. I'm going to be streaming later today. Come and stop by, say hi. And Maggie, last but not least, where can people find you?
Hey,
When you're
I'm
not
Margaret.
People find you when you're
into
not.
getting glimpses into the Legends game.
Yeah. Oh my god. Toothless. I will never go over that.
Yeah, I don't like teeth stuff. I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I do lots of things on the internet. If you want to see them, just follow me. I will let you know whenever I'm doing them. And I also make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, which you can check out at Ashes of Creation in all the places. And I hope you tune in next Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun with cool people. And with that, we are going to go record an after show. So we will see you next week, next Thursday. Bring your snacks.
Yeah.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.